Hello, welcome to KNTV TV. You are watching Inside Indian Football episode number I think 71. Uh, Lots to talk about. Indian Super League, I League, lots of local tournament. The announcement from the second division club like Dempo FC coming back in the Indian football national scenarios. United Sports Club, the club which used to play in I League, and I think the club which kind of broken the old chains of spending in football transfer market. They were one of the first club in Indian market who used to pay salaries in 1 crore excess. So they paid, I think, Gaurav Singh, Subrata Paul around 1 crore salaries in 2013 when they were in the I League, 2012, 2013 before ISL. So I think we will talk about these kind of clubs. Also, the spending spree from ATK Mohun Bagan continues. They sign another player on a long-term deal with another 10 crore plus contract. So, and I think this is the major question have been asked again and again by various Indian football fans. Do a salary cap exist in ISL? Actual salary cap, or it's only on their paper? I have shared my views on salary cap in past also. I will do it again, and I personally feel that we don't need any salary cap in ISL. Eventually it is there and it does not make any difference, it's just there on the paper. So at least I think it's time for ISL to get rid of salary cap completely, and then maybe we can think about putting a rule like that you spend some kind of percentage out from uh, your salary spending on the grassroots football. Something like that can be done. National team will be back in the March window, so there's a little bit clarity I have for the Egos team match future with the Indian national team, Indian national football team. So not a definitive update, but there is some kind of assurance given to me from sources close to the development that that Egos match will be the Indian coach for the AFC Shinka. We'll talk about that. Roadmap, we have discussed roadmap in detail, last week video. So if you guys want to discuss more on roadmap, you can go back. And after that video, I got some calls from my friends in the market, in the market that my thoughts on roadmap was very clear, and I think the clarity on Indian football is still not there, even if they have released this 60-70 page document. I think the definitive checkpoints are not there, definitive objectives are not there for the next 5 to 10 years. It's easy to say that 2047 will have 12 smart stadium, 30 FIFA standard approved stadium. How these stadium will be done, there is no strategy, no plan on paper as of now. Also, some Indian football fans feels that after the bidding of Indian Women's Premier League, which is IPL for women's, that similar kind of money can be generated for, say, Indian Super League or other football property in India. I think that's a very a bubble which need to be bursted. There is not much demand of Indian football in the broadcasting market. So if Indian football, say for example ISL, goes into the open market for the broadcasting right, I'm afraid that there will be not more than one bid. I'm sure, consider it's a FSGL property, we will see Viacom 18 bidding for it, but I don't think even ISL Star Sports will come and bid for it now, because considering their focus in India have shifted since Disney has taken over Star Sports. So because they want to focus on the cricket side, and they already, cricket market is kind of divided now, but not many we simple way to check the broadcasting demand for Indian football, the national team plays. Whenever national team plays, there is not many broadcasting channels come up front to broadcast that. There's a reason why AFF has to go to Eurosports or Facebook live streaming or YouTube live streaming. Eventually, for those, it just that these channels have to show the game. Just take a feed and have to show it. AFF don't ask for pre-match, post-match shows. It's just that they have to give some money and take the rights from the AFF to broadcast that match. And not even, I will say, not even hardly there are more than one channels who comes up front to show it. And we have seen what Eurosports have done in past with the Indian football team games. So they do promise they will broadcast these games. So there's a bubble of for some fans and some experts, I will say, that if there is a open bidding for ISL broadcast, there will be lots of media companies or channels will have come front to bid for that broadcast, which is, I think, totally. I think they are not aware of the market. The what is there in the market for the broadcasting, and even for the Indian women's IPL, the only two bidding were there. Only two channels bid for it, and I think Viacom will feel that they have overpaid, way overpaid than what Star Sports was planning for. So we'll discuss all these kind of broadcasting details. What industries experts are saying about and everything. There are some transfers which have taken place. Odisha FC have signed Aniket Jadhav from from East Bengal, which already came on Kelnau. They have also got the signing of in the bag, the Indian Arrows local boy from Odisha, Tankadar Bag. Tankadar Bag they have signed, and I think we will eventually take part in the full-time first team in from next season only. ISL salary cap must follow strictly, otherwise same fate of Spain we will be experiences. Priyam, I think time has come to get rid of salary cap. I will straight away say is just totally आप salary cap को हटा सकते हैं and just make a rule that if you spend 100 rupees on salaries for your first team players, you have to spend 30% on grassroots football, or 20% on grassroots football, or say 10% on grassroots football. So to give an example, if ATK Mohun Bagan spend say 50 crores on the on the first team salaries, I'm just assuming in say 3 season they spend 50 crores. So they have to, if you talk about, you know, 10%, 5 crores on the, on the grassroots football. I think that's the way they have to go it. Yes, Tata Football Academy trials are coming. Jamshedpur FC are conducting. So I think because currently the salary cap model of 16.5 crores is not being followed, and I think majority people, majority fans, majority experts in the industry already knows that. So nothing new in that. It is there just on paper, I will say again, and and I have discussed this salary cap issue in past also. The kind of deals which some clubs have done with some players, 5 or 6 year deal, 10 crore plus, 12 crore, 13 crore plus deals, I think sometimes looks shady in terms of now we are seeing players, young players are getting forced to sign those, especially when they are I-League clubs, when they are the regional clubs. Some clubs, I will say, are asking players to sign at least 6-7 years deal. And of course, we are seeing this trend now. In Premier League also. For example, Chelsea have signed a couple of players now, 6.5 years, 7-year contract deal. Which they recently signed in this window because of their new owner who come on board. He comes from American sports, and American sports they are a contract of 10 years also. And I think there was a FIFA rule earlier that you can't sign more than 5 years. I have to check the latest status, but considering some young players are being kind of forced to sign on the regional clubs for 7 years, 8 years, it's not a good thing for Indian football. These young players kind of made captive of these clubs. Even for example, Sumit Rathi, Komal Thatal, Boris, these were kind of they were kind of made to sign, or they signed those long-term deals for ATK Mohun Bagan and didn't play much. So I think these young players, sometimes these agents who are there, see, the football agents in India, in a way, they are just there to take the cut money. They are not helping these footballers. And I was talking to some agents, say these sometimes players ask, they want to play for, say for example, ATK Mohun Bagan, Mumbai City FC, and they want to sign these long-term deals. But that's where the agent should come and tell these players, that you don't have much. You are third choice, fourth choice here. You are 16, 17, 18, 19, or even 19 right now. Should think about playing time. And considering now I-League clubs are running, not signing these ISL youngsters on loan, because they're saying that we don't want to develop players for this ISL club for a free. I think these youngsters are kind of in a trap of signing these long-term deals with the ISL clubs, and then not playing much. And we have seen already there are lots of example. Let's see. I think Vishnu, as of now, no domestic signing for Kerala in January. The midfielder which they have identified, I think I will say, so see, that midfielder is already playing for top 6 ISL team, who the team who is on the hunt for the top 6 position, And I think both the parties, the player and the club, in this case Kerala Blaster, they are very careful about all the development. So verbally, I'm told everything is agreed, players identified, he has agreed to join Kerala Blaster for next season, and I will be not surprised if that particular midfielder has already signed the agreement with Kerala Blaster also pre-contract. But it's just that he's running for that playing 11 position at the top 6 club. I think the player don't want to get into situation that his contract detail get online, that he has signed the contract, name gets out, and then he don't play the remaining season with his own club, because he wants to play for national team. And that's why I think good strategy from the player side, that he want to be very careful for his national team spot. So I think that's a good thing, and I think I will be, as I will not surprise, as he has already signed the agreement with Kerala Blaster. It's just that club and the player is very careful. They don't want to kind of get into a situation where players suffered and don't play much. We have seen in past it happened in ISL, where these pre-contracts are announced earlier by media, and then that particular player does not play much. So I think a good thing for the player side. Let's see, but I think we have to wait for who is the best attacking midfielder in India. I think couple of them now this season. See, Brandon has not done much in terms of putting attacking numbers. Sahel has good season. I think Mohammad Yasir is the player which always impressed me in that number 10 position, or the wide playmakers. I think these three, Brandon, Sahel and Mohammad Yasir, for last 3 seasons, I think these three are the one of the best attacking midfielders. Then of course there are players who are kind of a playmakers who play on the wide position. So Bipin Singh is one of those. Jerry Ninthoinganba at Odisha is another player. So I think overall these 3 to 4 5 players who have done good in ISL, in domestic national team, we have a good depth in that position. When will Tana join Northeast United? Can we expect him to play the next game? Saying that, I can't. I have to check. I think I'm not sure that is he, because that's depend on the coach. But I think he's set to join. The last thing I was aware, that's why the whole termination of contract take place. Churchill brother already signed the replacement and everything, and I think he should be. I think he should be. I'm not sure when Northeast United is playing in next. If they are playing in after 3-4 days, I think he should be able to play. What about Gibson Singh? I think Gibson Singh has not played any football in competitive top level football in last 2 seasons, so I can't count him in the best playmaker or number 10 in Indian football. I have to count those players who who kind of play regularly. So I think that's one thing. Jasmine says Nemil dropped to reserve team of Goa. I think that's a part and parcel of the game. At least, unlike say Nogdamba, Nemil is part of FC Goa plan. So there is a Nogdamba Norim who is not a part of FC Goa plan, and I will come to Nogdamba Norim also, that what happened to him. So can you explain the progress from state league to the enter the second division via state FA? So there is couple of things. So every state FA, there's of course this process that if the state league take place, state league champion whoever wins is eligible to to get nominated to second division. But state FA can find some rules on paper and say that to say that that club doesn't fulfill this criteria, and they can nominate another club from the same league. We'll come on that. One club has been sold, says Resev. तो इतनी जल्दी नहीं है भाई, थोड़ा सा मैं आपको डिटेल दूंगा उसके बारे में. आई हैव दीज इन्फॉर्मेशन ऑलरेडी रिटन विद मी. So let me go through it. Aniket Jadhav has joined Odisha FC. You guys knows about it. It came on the kill now. The bag. I will have to go and read his name again. Sorry. Tankadar Bag has also joined Odisha FC for the next season. Anwar Ali set to join ATK Mohun Bagan for the next season. That's one thing. Then there is Kerala Blaster, the midfield they have just touched upon. They have identified, they have agreed everything verbally. But I think the name of the midfielder, the contract, it's still not coming out, because as I said last week also, and the week before that also, that he is in the hunt for the playing 11, and he don't want to sacrifice his playing 11 position and don't sacrifice national team position by getting this news out. So I think both the parties are very careful. So Kerala Blaster will have a replacement Puyuta for next season, India International for sure. Then there is Northeast United situation. So I am told, so Sane and all Northeast United fans, I am told that Northeast United has been, they have been looking for owners for last 3 seasons, an owner or an investor, and the current owners, John is one of the John Abraham is one of the passionate football celebrity in India. But it's just that he don't have enough money to be in this cycle of football, the spending cycle, which kind of money all clubs are spending. And going ahead, all the ISL clubs will be asked to make women's team. All the ISL club will be asked to make academies or youth teams. Do Northeast United current owners have enough money to do that? I don't think so. So ultimately, last 3 to 4 season, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, before COVID, there was a big beverage brand, not Coca-Cola or Pepsi, but there was, on that segment, a brand who make these kind of beverages, who are, and they come from China. They were very close in to get in some kind of agreement with Northeast United, but eventually that failed, and that didn't happen, and Northeast United, that deal didn't went ahead. Then COVID happens, and the investment in since COVID has been very close to zero in Indian football or in football overall. For example, Liverpool FC is struggling to get a new owners at this stage. And I think at this time in world football, especially the club like Manchester United are available for sale, club like Chelsea was available for the sale for the different reason, though Liverpool FC is available for the sale. So at that, even Arsenal were looking in between to get some kind of a new. They bought the Kroenkes bought the remaining shares of percentage from the another owner. So at that time, even the big clubs are struggling to get the new owners. For Northeast United, they have been have been trying to get this new owner or a investor or a partner on board. They struggled. They have not. Now I am told the external party have come in a kind of some kind of a agreement with Northeast United to look for a new owners for them. That's one thing. So hopefully, I think this external party is well connected in Indian football, and I will not take a name of anybody on right now because the situation is very raw right now. Nothing concrete has happened, as people are saying. Club has been sold. No ISL club has been sold, not even a Northeast United. But what I am told, an external party has come in an agreement to look for an investor or a new owner for Northeast United, and there is no timeline into it. I can't say that this external party will able to find a new owner for Northeast United in say next 6 months, next 1 year. So I think everybody knows that Northeast United has been looking for investor for very long period, and अभी तक हुआ नहीं है, but I am told hopefully now the way it is going that we might see a new owners for Northeast United coming soon. And this soon can be say 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So because there is no definitive timeline have been recommended as of now, but I am told the external party is looking into this, and I think if that happen, I am told it has been recommended that Northeast United might go through a rebranding, and that what kind of a rebranding it is, I think we have to wait and have to see that if it might happen that new owners comes and they say we don't want to rebrand, so that can definitely happen. But I think the external party has recommended that if new owners come, they should rebrand, and I think, which I have been saying and again, I think Northeast United does not make sense. The name does not make sense to me in a long term, in 20 years from now, where we will see a club from other Northeast state playing. And Northeast have not done anything outside Assam in Northeast to be called a Northeast United, and I think it will be great if this club name is Assam United, Assam Football Club, or Guwahati Football Club, or Guwahati United. I think that will suit the club branding and easy to market the club also. Right, the marketing part of the club is also tough, and I think when Northeast United was formed, and I was very close to the people who are part of the Northeast first management team, and the plan was to play few games in Shillong, few games in Arunachal Pradesh, few games in Manipur. That was the plan. Eventually that didn't happen, and Northeast United remain a Guwahati based football club. So I think the name doesn't, it's tough to attract investors also, because how do you sell it? So that's one thing. But I am told that hopefully positively now Northeast United should be having a new owners very soon. So that's about Northeast United. Indian Arrows has been shut down. Parbal Singh Rajput, Indian Arrows has been shut down because AFF new regime thinks that it's better to not let club develop the players, and AFF should focus on the administrative part. There's somebody say something. Representing Mumbai City should be dangerous if representing India. Mumbai City should be dangerous if they play next ACL. I think Mumbai City FC is doing well in this season and they look like a team apart. I think some players' development under Des Buckingham has looked good to me. So let's see. I think how they do it. They have to first win that playoff game against Jamshedpur FC before they get the right to represent Indian AFC Champions League. So let's see. I think they look like favorite to me. Any update on March friendly? I am told AFF have kind of shortlisted the teams, or I will say federations, who are available to play friendly in the March window. Not many are available at this stage. So because we are hunting this, we are already, it's January. I think January is nearly over. Today is 19th of January, so 11 days are remaining in 10 days are remaining in January. So not much time is remaining. So there is not many teams are available also, but AFF have shortlisted, I'm told 6 teams, 6-7 teams who are available to play, and they are working on the, now who are the teams, should be finalized, should be away game, home team, that's the thing. Any news about Super Cup number of teams? I think we are where the 6 ISL, 6 I-League team will qualify directly, remaining will play the playoff. So let's see. If Chhangte will win the Golden Boot in season, it will be good for Chhangte. If you guys are regular viewer of this show and my videos in last 3 to 4 years, I have said many times Chhangte should play right inside, as a inside forward on the right side, and that's where when Chhangte came and played for Stephen Constantine in 2015 or 2016, I remember Chhangte was started by Stephen Constantine on right hand side, and I was surprised that coaches at the club level, especially wherever he played his football, Northeast Chennai FC, I was surprised that he was kept on be played on left hand side. I don't know why. I think Chhangte was always a player like this who has a great shoot in him from his left foot, and when player have that, he should be coming inside from right to take more shots. And I think it sometimes look like these kind of quality coaches who are pro license, they have taken years to figure out that he is better on right hand side. Yes, if you ask maybe Chhangte, he say that I want to play from left, but see, he might have said same thing to Des Buckingham, and Des Buckingham had figure out he has Vipin Singh from left, who is an inside forward, right footed guy, and they have signed Chhangte and they put it Chhangte on right, and this is Chhangte's best season ever. And I think it's simple, and I've been asking for this for a while, that Chhangte should be played on right hand side because he has a good left foot. He can score from his left foot. His weak foot is not very good, which is right foot. And once he play from left side, this shooting angle is very limited because you are a left-footed guy. And internationally, you go any clubs now, hardly any clubs, top clubs or any top teams in the world, they play with traditional wingers now. They play with inside wingers, footed wingers. And same way, thoughts on Ritvik Das on left wing, he look a brilliant. I think Ritvik Das, Vipin Singh looks like a two best wingers on the left side. Mishra, I think I totally agreed. And Ritvik Das have picked his form back again in last few game weeks. Looks like very confident, even with his heading ability, with dribbling ability, finishing ability. And same, the problem with Chhangte is nothing. See, Ronaldo, there's a reason why Ronaldo shifted to from right to left. There's a reason Nani, for example, who played for Manchester United, was a right winger, shifted for left winger. There's a reason why Mbappe used to play from left wing, not from right wing, because it's very simple. You have a more shooting angle when you are coming inside with your strong foot. So for example, if left-footed, you should play from right. If you're right-footed, you should play from left, because that makes goal-scoring opportunities for wingers more. And as I said, I will ask coaches who have been part of Chhangte's journey, especially in ISL, not as it said DSK Sevajans, because I remember it was go and they are both the goals of Chhangte's first game against Nepal are on this channel. You guys can go and watch. He just came, Stephen Constantine substituted him. He went to straight to the right wing, took a shot, goal, took a header, goal. And for the next 4-5 years, of course, didn't play much for the national teams, but at the club level, he was shunted back to left, and I was told by some club sources that Chhangte wants to play from the left. Maybe Chhangte wants to play from the left, but this is the coaches. Coaches are there to take these kind of decisions where they can get best output from a young Indian goal scorer from the left, from right, depending on their foot. And I think now we can see Des Beckingham is using him on a right, and I think Chhangte would have maybe done better for Chennai FC if he had played on right. And now I think hopefully he is finally is going to play on the right side. That is great. And somebody says Parbal Singh Rajput says Chhangte type problem also with Ishan. His left foot is not good, says Parbal Singh Rajput. Please describe the need of distribution of ISL broadcasting money of the clubs. By this we can stop the shutdown of clubs. Even biggest 5 clubs follow this. Why can't ISL? तो एक चीज मैं मैन BOC भाई ये मैं क्लियर कर देता हूँ. आई थिंक आई हैव क्लियर दिस अर्लियर ऑल्सो. लेट मी क्लियर अगेन. एंड आई थिंक आई हैव गिवन अ एग्जाम्पल व्हेन मुंबई सिटी FC वन द लीग शील्ड, इफ आई रिमेंबर करेक्टली. Yes, I think when Mumbai won the league shield that season, there is broadcasting money in ISL. Whoever says Star Sports is showing ISL without giving any money, please bring to me. उस बंदे को मेरे पास लाओ, मैं उसको ज्ञान दूंगा. लोग सोशल मीडिया पे आके हाफ ट्रुथ, लैक ऑफ नॉलेज दिखाते हैं अपनी, saying there is no broadcasting money in Indian football. False. Totally false. There is broadcasting money in ISL, and this I have said multiple times on this channel. I have given an example of a season when Mumbai City FC won the league shield. There is broadcasting money in ISL. Star Sports and Jio TV, which have been showing ISL from very first season, have been paying our broadcasting money, which has been put into central pool of revenue of ISL. पहले दिन से, हिंदी में बोल देता हूं, पहले दिन से स्टार स्पोर्ट्स एंड जियो टीवी दोनों आईएसएल के ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट्स के लिए पैसे देते आ रहे हैं. जो ग्रेजुअली इंक्रीज हो रहा है वो पैसा जाता है सेंट्रल पूल ऑफ रेवेन्यू में. ठीक है. एंड आई थिंक द पीपल ऑफ वाचिंग दिस रेगुलरली अंडरस्टैंड दिस, दे नो दिस. एंड मैं पहले भी केस स्टडी डाल चुका हूं. जिस सीजन फॉर एग्जांपल मुंबई सिटी FC लीग शील्ड जीती थी, when they won the league shield, Mumbai City FC, they got, other than prize money, whatever prize money they got, something, they got around 8 to 10 crore rupees from the central pool of revenue. How this central pool of revenue have been generated? Central pool of revenue have been generated from the league sponsors, in case Hero, DHL, whoever the sponsors, plus broadcasting money has been put in on the central pool revenue. What the central pool revenue has been used for? Marketing, प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द लीग, द ब्रॉडकास्टिंग मनी जो प्रोडक्शन FSDL करता है उसके लिए पैसा चाहिए होता है. रिमेनिंग मनी, वट एवर मनी इज देयर, हैव बीन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अमंग द क्लब्स फॉर लास्ट फ्यू सीजन. इट बीन अ रेगुलर ट्रेंड. एंड एज आई सेड, 8 to 10 crores, I don't know accurate amount, and I'm not saying for the recent season. I know factually about Mumbai City FC when they won the league shield, they got around 8 to 10 crore rupees from the central pool of revenue. That central pool of revenue have been generated with the help of the sponsors and with the help of the broadcasting money. So I think एक क्लियर है. इट जस्ट दैट कि वो अमाउंट पब्लिकली नहीं पता है कि वो अमाउंट कितना स्टार स्पोर्ट्स एंड जियो टीवी डालता है. बट ये मैं आपको फैक्चुअली एंड विद माय क्लोज सोर्सेज क्लियरली बता सकता हूं दैट स्टार स्पोर्ट्स एंड जियो टीवी हैव बीन पुटिंग मनी इनटू सेंट्रल पूल रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम लास्ट मेनी सीजन नाउ for the for showing broadcast of ISL. is as simple सी बात है, simple सी theory है. And please, if people are very sure, they should ask club, their favorite clubs, come and say they don't get anything from central pool revenue or they don't get anything from the broadcasting money, please. So that's a simple thing, I think which is very clear to the people, which people don't understand. And I think simple भाषा में बता दिया मैंने. तो let's see. I think देखिए, मैं एक चीज़ और बोलना चाहता हूँ कि अगर ये इस टाइम पे आप लोग बोलते हैं कि क्योंकि अभी वुमेन्स IPL हुआ, उसके ब्रॉडकास्टिंग राइट्स बेचे गए, तो लोगों ने बोला कि ISL के भी बेचे जाने चाहिए. The market for Indian football is not in a good situation right now. Very honestly, I will say, if ISL broadcasting rights goes in a public domain, they are not going to be multiple media channels, sports channels coming for it. I think it will be Viacom because it's their property. They will have to, protect it. I don't think Star will come for it, for example, if they come and ask. And they are not going these 900 crores and whatever money you are seeing for cricket, and Viacom kind of have played into the women's IPL. For example, Star Sports only bidded 98 crores for the digital. Uh, 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 Star Sports only bidded 98 crores for the digital rights of women's IPL, and as it was a close bidding, Viacom was not aware of this, so they bidded around 958 crores for digital plus TV, and I think they're overpaying for it. And it's just a women's sport; it should be there, but I think Viacom in a long term will overpay for this until unless they make a good property out of women's IPL, which they should be. But just imagine Star Sports, who has been doing Indian cricket for this long, they just valued women's IPL, which is a cricket, 98 crores only for the digital rights. So I think that's where something Viacom kind of miscalculated the valuation for a women's IPL. But I think that's in who will broadcast. There are two broadcast Star, Sony, and Viacom. There are three broadcaster, Eurosports, and I'm sure if you ask Sony, if you ask Star, or if you are Eurosports, they're not going to play. People are thinking 100-200 crore per season for ISL. नहीं देंगे भाई. There is no value right now. This value need to be taken. So at least the production quality for ISL games are good. We are seeing good quality matches in terms of TV quality, and I think at least the multi-camera setup. For now, only thing can happen that the central pool of revenue can be increased. So I'm glad if Star can continue this showing broadcast, but now with Viacom having their own channels, I'm sure they will try to keep it the property with them going ahead. And I think even the property remains with Viacom. I can give you on writing on paper that Viacom will have to put some money in the center pool of whatever amount is agreed on the center pool of revenue for taking the broadcasting right of ISL. तो वो चीज़ है. तो reality is not what people have been showcasing in the social media with the half truth, half knowledge, and they're pushing their own agendas, and they have, without knowing anything, they're saying there's no broadcasting money in ISL. There is broadcasting money in ISL. I will make it very clear for you guys one more. Santosh Trophy's format is very nice. Good teams have qualified this time. Tejas, I agree. I think it's looking good. Hopefully they will make it under 23 next time. It will be great. Now you can see more Indian ball playing center defenders. I think this will eventually happen, Abhinandan, because coaches are preferred ball playing center backs. So I think eventually in 4-5 years we will see majority of center backs who are ball playing only. Do you remember KAFA was agreed to invited our age group national team in the championship? Will this continue or not? Harsh, wo I think it was done by a previous regime, so I'm not sure the agreement continues or not, so that we have to wait. But I think the agreement is still valid. I think they should be continuing. I will check that. I am concerned about I-League clubs also. Broadcasting money should also give to I-League club because they are not the most vulnerable. ISL can't discriminate against any team because ISL is now first division. I think that's is there, but I think issue is that broadcasting money is still not enough for all ISL clubs. First of all, अभी मेजर रीजन ये है. तो जब तक वो डील इतनी बड़ी नहीं होती वो सेंटर पूल रेवेन्यू से कि आप इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो पा रहे हैं सारे आईएसएल क्लब, देन यू गो टू द आई लीग और देन आई लीग 2 जस्ट लाइक इन इट इज डन इन प्रीमियर लीग. तो वो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा आई थिंक उस चीज में, बट आई थिंक इन लॉन्ग टर्म इन 10 years 15 years इट विल बी पॉसिबल. आई एम दैट्स अब टेकन नेम इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल कप नरेंद्र मोदी कप. PM will be very happy. Allot 200 crore yearly to IFF from sports budget. And Jasmine says FSGL pays 55 crores. I think that's the thing. I-League broadcasting production have been with IFF for a while now. So जो 55-60 crore FSGL देता है, it can be used in I-League production quality to be improved. And it's just that टेंडर अब टेंडर निकलते हैं आई लीग के प्रोडक्शन के, कोई कंपनीज इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं होती है प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए. तो मेजर इशू वो है. डू थिंक नेशनल कप कंपटीशन शुड बी हेल्ड इन स्टेट्स वेयर फुटबॉल? आई थिंक इट शुड बी होम एंड अवे, and then maybe a knockout final or semi-final can happen in a different state. But ideally, currently it's a one venue right now. I think it should happen in a states where there is not top level football. For example, I think कोल्हापुर, जहाँ अभी क्या बोलते हैं क्लब्स नहीं है. नॉर्थ ईस्ट में आप देख सकते हो सिक्किम में कोई टॉप लेवल का क्लब नहीं है. जैसे गुड क्राउड फॉर सिक्किम इज बाइचिंग बूटिया होम स्टेट, व्हाई नॉट सिक्किम. उसके अलावा आई थिंक दिल्ली में कुछ मैच, अगर 4 ग्रुप्स हैं सुपर कप में, आई थिंक एक ग्रुप को दिल्ली होना चाहिए, एक ग्रुप को कोल्हापुर में होना चाहिए, एक ग्रुप को सिक्किम में होना चाहिए, and then you can do finals, semi-finals in the Kerala or Goa or Bengal where you want to do it. I think group stage games should take place in different state. क्या बड़ी चीज़ है उसमें? आई थिंक दिल्ली में फॉर एग्जांपल जवाहरलाल नेहरू स्टेडियम है, अंबेडकर स्टेडियम है, 2 स्टेडियम्स आपके पास. आप एक ही स्टेडियम में अगर 4 टीम के ग्रुप भी हैं आप इजीली कर सकते हो. दिल्ली में एक ग्रुप आप कोल्हापुर में कर सकते हो, एक ग्रुप आप सिक्किम में कर सकते हो, एक ग्रुप आप मेघालय में कर सकते हो इफ यू वांट टू डू इट, एक ग्रुप आप आपके और जो अभी अब हैदराबाद में भी क्लब आ गया है, वैसे तो पहले आप हैदराबाद को दे सकते थे, उसके अलावा जो भी स्टेट्स हैं जहां पे फुटबॉल, अहमदाबाद में एक ग्रुप कर सकते हो. सो आई थिंक इट शुड बी डन, बट आई थिंक जब तक ये सेंट्रलाइज टूर्नामेंट है, आई थिंक ये इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए. ग्रुप स्टेज शुड हैपन all across the India. Why not? I think it should be possible. ATK Mohun Bagan should win at least one trophy, ISL or Shield or Super Cup with their signing, and that's the major topic which we have touched upon. Which we have touched upon. ATK Mohun Bagan, another deal, 10 crore plus deal, another deal where a player is signed for a long term. If they don't win anything this season, I was just, if I remember, I was doing some research on ATK Mohun Bagan previous season. So from say 22, 21, 21, 22, this is 2023. They are still not in the tight. They are not in properly now. If they don't win any trophy this season, for example, ATK Mohun Bagan, the kind of signing they have done recently, I think. Do you guys think the recruitment team, for example, ATK Mohun Bagan, should be answerable, not just coach? Aminder Singh went in 10 plus crore deal. Ashish Rai 10 plus crore deal. Subhashish Bose went with another big deal. Sandesh Jingan was paid fortune to play for ATK Mohun Bagan. Hugo Humo paid fortune to play for ATK Mohun Bagan. The transfer fee was 1.5 crores. I think I remember for Hugo Humo. I have kind of collected data. So whole idea is that the kind of money they have spent with these players, not just ATK Mohun, I will say overall other clubs also. These recruitment heads, if there is a single head, with a multiple head, they should be answerable, not just the head coach for the performance of the team, because they are the one who are kind of going for these kind of deals. Head coaches are not going to be for 5 years, 6 years. For example, Anwar Ali, 4-year deals. If even Juan Fernando has approved this deal, he will not there. I'm sure will be not there for 4 years. The way that we see in ISL, coaches changes very frequently. So, जो recruitment head है, if the deal doesn't work out, who is responsible? And with this kind of money, ATK Mohun Bagan has not won anything in last 3 seasons. They have been runner-up, AFC Cup. Whole idea was to break up marquee teams for the AFC Cup. They have not done well in the last AFC Cup. They lost very heavily in that interzonal playoff final. So I think my whole point is, I think fans, especially fans, of course they blame coaches, but I think they blame coaches. They should also ask questions to their recruitment heads at their clubs. What are they doing? If particular players have not done well, for example, is not just only coach fault. It's also fault of the recruitment team. And whoever responsible for the recruitment team should be also answerable to the clubs. I think sometime in say 5 years ago, owners used to think we have bought a professional on board. It's all responsibility. Slowly now owners are also getting matured, and they also know it's not just coaches' responsibility to get result. The recruitment team and other in the background management have an also role to play it. So I think hopefully now clubs, big clubs, they understand that the recruitment head should not be allowed to do just what he want. It's the owner's money, and I think the sustainability is a more of a point. With this amount of money which ATK Mohun Bagan has spent in last 3 years, they have still not able to make a reserve team to play in Kolkata Football League. So just to give an idea that where the money, they are not thinking long term. Even they have bought best Indian players, still have not won the ISL. So I think owners have to think, the ATK Mohun Bagan owners, that are they putting their money for sustainability, or they for next, if they want to spend money like 20 crores every season for next 10 years on the football salaries. So 200 crores just on football salaries for next 10 years. So I think owners have to do some kind of now some kind of a reality check, especially high spending owners, because we have seen multiple owners, then 4-5 years they come, they spend money, they go out. They come, they spend money, they go out. I think we can't afford this, I think Indian football. So the sustainability, I think the owners should ask their recruitment head, their management, the CEOs for a sustainability for a longer period. What they are doing on a grassroots level, what the status of their academy, what their status of B team, so that they don't need to buy a player every time for 12 crores deal. If you see in last 4-5 years, let's talk about 3 years. ATK Mohun. Now let's not talk about ATK Mohun Bagan since they began. Last 3 years, how many players ATK Mohun Bagan have signed this 10 crores ballpark figure? And what they have won in that period, they're still not able to create a reserve team. 12-13 करोड़ देने के बजाय आप 1-2 करोड़ 2-2 करोड़ हर डील से बचा के आप उनको 5 साल की डील मत दो, 3 साल की डील दो, 4 साल की डील दो, एंड वो 1-1 2-2 करोड़ हर डील से बचा के पुट दैट मनी इन दी reserve team quota or grassroots development. That will help that club to sustain in longer term. If the owners, and some owners have become very serious with their spending approach now in ISL, and these are the owners earlier who were also giving free hand to the recruitment team, but there are still some owners in ISL who are still have given the free hand to the recruitment team, and I think they need to ask some questions to the recruitment team, where the money is going from. So I think मुझे, because ये feasibility नहीं है, and this is not a good model also on a long term for Indian football. So hopefully that will go on, and I think comparison between ATK Mohun Bagan and Mumbai City is same sustainability topic. I think, see, at least Mumbai City FC before City Group came, this spending pattern was totally like this, and there was no thought process behind it. City Group took a time to the takeover and everything. Now you can say they are kind of a control of it. They, of course, they also signed best foreigners, best Indian players. But I think the amount of money we are listening for ATK Mohun Bagan deals are different for City Group deals, And City Group are not just signing players based on only salaries. They also giving promise to players to give them exposure to City Group clubs, and also they are also focusing on a sustaining model, because that's how they're doing in other countries. So at least I can see a plan behind Mumbai City FC spending, and they are kind of a look like they're performing also now. They're top of the table, looks like a team, a different team. ATK Mohun Bagan have been spending for 3-4 seasons. They doesn't look like a different team right now, not even last season. So I think where City Group looks like they form a team who might do well in ISL, undefeated till now, if I remember correctly, might go to the Champions League, and I think another Champions League they might go. So they might play back-to-back Champions League also. So and I think that will give them a sustainability model, and let's see, I think, how they will do it. But I think I can see a plan behind what City Group is doing, Mumbai City FC. Sadly, there is no plan at ATK Mohun Bagan, personally, if you ask me, because ATK Mohun Bagan, with the Mohun Bagan name in their, with the name and legacy with them, they should be able to field a reserve team in the CFL, and which is a big shame for a club like ATK Mohun Bagan not to do it. But yes, T-Mac is busy with senior national team. Why not appoint Pasang of Vietnam, ex-coach, 2023 coach, because they will play SAF under 20 Asian Games, then promote him to senior team after. I think मिश्रा हर्ष ये है, इसे कहते हैं प्लानिंग. मुझे नहीं लगता इतनी सॉलिड प्लानिंग इंडियन फुटबॉल में कोई करता है जो आप कह रहे हो. इट्स पॉसिबल, बट दिक्कत क्या है कि बजट जब बनते हैं तो अंडर 23 कोच का बजट साई इतना ज़्यादा अप्रूव करेगा नहीं, क्योंकि देखिए 2-2.5 करोड़ 3 करोड़ नेशनल टीम का बजट है सीनियर टीम के कोच का. दे विल नॉट अलाउ सिमिलर बजट फॉर अंडर 23 टीम. तो वो फिजिबिलिटी का अगेन गेम है. सो कि एएफएफ को अपनी पॉकेट से देना पड़ेगा. तो विल एएफएफ कैन थिंक अ लॉन्ग टर्म? आई थिंक only this way, जो हर्ष ने बोला है, बहुत सही कमेंट है, only that way you can see there's a continuity. You're not bringing a new coach straight away after Asia Cup. You're giving a coach who knows majority of the young players who are part of national team setup, and then he take over and can play March World Cup qualifiers straight away. Right now, what I've told our Egos team match that he will stay till AFC Asian Cup. His contract commitment, I'm not sure he has signed a new deal on it, but I'm told he will be the India coach for the AFC Asian Cup, which will take place in Jan now. India is likely to, if the all goes well according to AFC plan, there will be World Cup qualifiers in November window. There will be World Cup qualifier in the March window. If they get postponed, that will work in India favors. If they don't get postponed, then most likely India have to play, if Egos team match does not extend his contract, or if AFF don't extend Egos team match contract after AFC Asian Cup, India most likely have to go to the March World Cup qualifier straight away with a new coach. And I think I've talked with the AFF, my sources AFF with this. But हर्ष भाई, हम उनको ये नहीं बोल सकते आप ऐसा करिए, because they are the bosses and they know more. So I think, but the thing you have said and should is doable, because ultimately जो calendar है AFF का इस साल, there are two set of a team preparing for different set of competition. Under 23 team, senior team, and I think it's quite possible. I think let's see. RRC game. What about friendlies in March? And will under 17 next under 17 all the friendlies, two friendlies which taking place in India will be live streamed. I can confirm. RRC, I think AFF is working on that. The announcement will come very soon. But I'm told there will be live streaming for under 17 matches which will take place in Goa friendlies. भाई यूथ लीग 3 से 4 मंथ्स वाले कब स्टार्ट होंगे इंडिया में? भाई मैं अभी किसी से मिला था और मैं कोई मुझे कह रहा था कि बहुत बढ़िया अंडर 17 टूर्नामेंट हुआ है, इट्स 60 टीमें आई हैं, ये आई हैं. मैंने कहा यार एक प्लेयर को कितने मैच खेलने को मिले हैं? 2 या 3 मैच. 3 प्लेयर में कोई फुटबॉलर नहीं बनता यार. दैट्स व्हाट आई टोल्ड दैट पर्सन वेरी क्लियरली. Until unless these under 17, under 13, under 16 leagues are at least of 4 months, this tournament is not going to help. And I think let's see, hopefully it's a start and we can't judge the new regime. It's just अभी चल रही है कहानी. तो मुझे लगता है next year if they can increase it for 2 months, then 3 months to 4 months, in next 3 to 4 years it will be a good success. 80 crore budget of AFF, when we'll have a 200 crore budget, when Indian football will grow. Reports are coming, Habas to Bangalore FC is true. I have not heard any of these kind of report, Vishal bhai. ISL viewership is going down on Star Sports due to many other league and cricket matches. I think that's a big concerning point for football in India, that cricket is changing. Cricket is changing fast. What I'm told, what I understand from the ecosystem, that 50 overs matches most likely I will cut off from the calendar, from the cricket calendar. So what now happening is, to give an example, ISL franchisees, IPL franchisees have taken a franchisee right in Dubai League, South Africa League, and also in USA League. So most probably there will be these T20 crickets throughout the throughout the year. So what they are planning now, to give an example, Virat Kohli is signed by, say, Mumbai Indians. It's a Rohit Sharma. Let's take a foreign example. Any foreign player who's signed by Mumbai Indians will also sign by Mumbai Indians for their Dubai franchisee, will also sign by Mumbai Indians for the South Africa franchisee, will also sign by Mumbai Indians for the USA franchisees. So what they are doing is that, they will make sure that particular one star player play for their all franchisees, and remaining time he just play for the national team. So that's the model they are going towards, and I think 3 to 4 years we will see 50 over games cutting out from the calendar. These T20 leagues taking more and more, more and more space in the international calendars, and that's a big worried sign for Indian football, because the viewership for the T20 leagues from South Africa, Big Bash, and these kind of leagues is good in India. So I think that will take another chunk of broadcasting money away from other sports like football. So I think until unless Indian football make themselves an attractive property, the ecosystem work together, I think then only is possible that football can make their own space in Indian football. कहाँ से new broadcaster आएगा? New broadcaster will form to bid for ISL broadcast tender. LOL, do some research, just don't talk. That's what I'm saying. कोई नया ब्रॉडकास्टर ऐसे नहीं आता जैसे लोगों को लगता है कि कोई भी आएगा और वो 200-300 करोड़ दे देगा आईएसएल के लिए पर सीजन. The value of this property of Indian football is not there of 200-300 crores. Even the Viacom 958 crore bid for women's IPL is overvalued, because, to give an example, second best bid by Star Sports for digital rights only was just for 98 crores. So they have overpaid by, I don't know, 600-700% by overpay किया है Viacom ने for women's IPL. Is coming of Viacom stop the chance of auction for broadcaster? If auction is held, it is best for ISL, means most money from broadcasting come through auction. यार auction होता नहीं है, लोगों की थोड़ी गलतफहमी है मैन VOC, ये सीक्रेट बिडिंग होती है. सो आप एक ब्रॉडकास्टर हो, मैं दूसरा ब्रॉडकास्टर हूँ, ठीक है. किसी भी, लेट्स लीव आईएसएल, कोई भी टूर्नामेंट की प्रॉपर्टी है इंडिया में, स्पोर्ट्स प्रॉपर्टी, उसके पेरेंट कंपनी ने बिडिंग मंगाई, तो आप अपनी बिडिंग डालोगे कि आप इस प्रॉपर्टी के लिए पर सीजन या टोटल 5 साल के एग्रीमेंट के लिए कितना पैसा देने वाले हो. तो आपने बोला भैया कि मैं, लेट्स अज्यूम, 200 रुपए दूंगा, ठीक है. अब आपको पता है कि आपका बिडिंग अमाउंट क्या है, मुझे नहीं पता आपका बिडिंग अमाउंट क्या है. अब मुझे अगर ये टेंडर चाहिए ब्रॉडकास्टिंग का, तो मुझे आपसे ज्यादा बिड करना होगा, ठीक है. तो मुझे अगर आपसे ज्यादा बिड करना हो, आपने 200 क्या, 200 से ज्यादा बिड करना होगा. अब मैं 200 से ज्यादा मैं 500 करूं, 600 करूं, 700 करूं, तो उस हिसाब से है. तो इतनी ऑक्शन नहीं होता है, सीक्रेट बिडिंग होती है जो किसी को पता नहीं है क्या है. एंड इसी की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं वाईकॉम की जो वुमेन्स आईपीएल की डील है, इट्स लुक लाइक ओवर वैल्यूड, बिकॉज स्टार स्पोर्ट्स बिडेड ओनली 98 करोड़ फॉर डिजिटल राइट्स, and Viacom has bidded 900 crores plus 958 crores for digital plus TV rights. अब आप देखो, उनको पता नहीं था कि स्टार स्पोर्ट्स सिर्फ 98 दो ही बिड आई थी इसके लिए, उनको पता नहीं था कि स्टार स्पोर्ट्स 98 करोड़ बिड कर रहा था. अगर वो 99 करोड़ भी करते ना, उनको मिल जाती है ये बिडिंग बिडिंग राइट्स, बिकॉज क्योंकि उनका 1 करोड़ ज्यादा था स्टार से. बट वो क्योंकि ये सीक्रेट बिडिंग होती है, इट्स नॉट अ ऑक्शन लाइक दैट ऑक्शन. और इवन ऑक्शन भी होगा यार, वैल्यूएशन उतनी नहीं है जितनी आपको लग रहा है. दैट्स अ रियलिटी. भाई ओनली वंस अ फील लाइक अ डिकेड, प्लीज कम ट्वाइस अ वीक. वेरिसन गोस विल ट्राई एंड प्लान. भाई नो प्रॉब्लम, वी आर स्लोली वांट टू मेक इट रेगुलर. भाई उड़ीसा भी स्ट्रगल आफ्टर मिड सीजन. आई थिंक डेप्थ, मैं हमेशा एक शुभ्रांशु एक बात बोलता आया उड़ीसा एंड जमशेदपुर एफसी के लिए पहले, कि डेप्थ का मुझे बहुत बड़ा इशू लगता है उड़ीसा एफसी में भी और जमशेदपुर एफसी में. और आप लोगों को लगे कि मैं थोड़ा ऊपर क्यों देख रहा हूँ कैमरे से, बिकॉज स्क्रीन पीछे लगी है कमेंट्स पढ़ने के लिए, तो डोंट वरी. गेमा निकुम हेडिंग टू आईएसएल. इट्स लुक लाइक मुंबई सिटी विद हैवी ऑफर ऑन टेबल. और एक और प्लेयर जहां सिचुएशन थोड़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, मल्टीपल प्लेयर एजेंसीज इन्वॉल्व हैं. क्लब ने प्लेयर एजेंट कोई और है सुनने में आया मुझे. मल्टीपल एजेंसीज कह रही है कि ये प्लेयर हमारा है. अब मुझे सुनने में आई द क्लब राजस्थान यूनाइटेड हैव गिवन आउट राइट्स. लेट मी जस्ट राइट आउट स्ट्रेट अवे करेक्टली. a mandate to a particular agency for 3 clubs, which include Mumbai City FC, and that's why Mumbai City FC name are coming, because that agency is kind of saying again and again like Mumbai City FC, but player agent is somebody else, and now he is also talking to some other clubs. तो बहुत complicated situation है गेमार नुकुम के साथ. हैदराबाद राजस्थान do want to sell him for a good amount because they're seeing Anwar Ali kind of deal happening. They also want to make money, but I think situation थोड़ी complicated है. We can't say that he will go to this club because जो क्लब्स के नाम बाहर निकल के आ रहे हैं उन क्लब्स के लिए मैंडेट दिया गया है एक एजेंसी को, एंड दो नेम्स बाहर आ रहे हैं. व्हाई प्रो कबड्डी लीग एंड आईएसएल आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम सेम डेट? बिकॉज आई थिंक विंडोज बहुत कम है इंडियन फुटबॉल सर्किट में. आप देखोगे बिकॉज आईएसएल और प्रो कबड्डी लीग, आईएसएल अपनी विंडो चेंज नहीं कर सकता है. प्रो कबड्डी लीग कॉन्वेंट गेम्स से इस वजह से उस विंडो में नहीं आ पाया. दे केम ऑन अक्टूबर विंडो एंड देन इज आईपीएल विंडो. अब इस सीजन प्रो कबड्डी लीग इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर द विंडो बिकॉज देर इज क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप, देर इज एशियन गेम्स. अब प्रो कबड्डी के पास 2 विंडो है, या तो वो जून जुलाई में अपनी विंडो वापस जाए जहां वो पहले हुआ करता था, या दे विल स्टार्ट इन इन नवंबर और दिसंबर आफ्टर क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप. सो ये विंडो का गेम है, ये ब्रॉडकास्टर डिसाइड करते हैं. और आई थिंक बिकॉज अर्लियर स्टार डिडंट वांटेड प्रो कबड्डी आईएसएल टू कम टुगेदर, बट नाउ मे बी स्टार्स नोज दैट दे डोंट गोइंग टू हैव आईएसएल विद देम आफ्टर 2024. सो उन्होंने भी दोनों को कुछ साथ में दिखा दिया है विद व्हाटएवर सेटअप दे वांट. सो आई थिंक एक रीजन ये भी है कि इनकी डेट कोलाइड की है इस सीजन. Viviano is continuously performing well. Can he become a head coach? I think he should be. Viviano should be in next 5 to 10 years the head coach of Indian football team. I have said this again and again. News about SAF under 23 का कोच अब तक क्लियर नहीं है. We'll figure out and let you know. What about 10 Sports Network, Euro Sports? भाई यूरो स्पोर्ट्स का पैसा नहीं है इंडियन मार्केट के लिए. दे जस्ट टेकिंग लेफ्ट ओवर प्रॉपर्टीज. मैं बता देता हूँ आपको. हाँ, सोनी 10 है, एंड सोनी 10 के पास है. इसके बावजूद उन्होंने नेशनल टीम के गेम्स नहीं दिखाए हैं रिसेंटली. सो वो उनके पास प्रॉपर्टीज ऑलरेडी है. अब ओलंपिक्स भी जियो के पास चले गया. तो आप कह सकते हो कमिंग वाईकॉम कमिंग इनटू माइट save some money for these broadcaster, but then they're taking broadcasting right of every Tom एंड हैरी लीग T20 लीग्स इन वर्ल्ड. वो T10 लीग दिखा रहे हैं कहीं की. मैंने देखा था भी कोई टेनिस लीग भी टेनिस क्रिकेट भी आने लग गया है टीवी पे. सो क्रिकेट का गेम सारा बिकॉज दिस T20 लीग्स कमिंग विच इज हैपनिंग थ्रू आउट द ईयर नाउ. दीज चैनल्स आर बिहाइंड दीज डील्स ऑल्सो. भाई एक नॉर्मल यूथ लीग को 4 महीने का बनाने के स्टार्ट करने के लिए इतना क्या सोच रहे हैं एफ. आई टोटली एग्री, शुड बी 4 months. लेट मी कम. स्टूडेंट विवानो विद प्रमोटेड बैच नाउ टू तेजस. ये मैं बोल चुका हूँ आज से नहीं, 2-3 साल पहले बोल दिया था मैंने ये कि विवानो को जाना चाहिए विद एवरी बैच, जस्ट लाइक व्हाट कतार डिड विद देयर हेड कोच फेलिक्स सांचेज. आई थिंक इंडिया शुड बी डूइंग सेम, बट again that's a planning and proper planning doesn't happen. No one letting no one. Ashish Negi in every video. Don't worry, we are trying to be considered for Indian football on YouTube. अगली बार से ज़्यादा वीडियो दिखेंगी. भाई आया है ना, लास्ट वीक से इस वीक आया है. देखो यार थोड़ा सा ना हो नहीं पाता बिकॉज I have to run the company also and sometimes I have to move out from the city and we'll try. 70 एपिसोड किए हैं तो थोड़ी सी तो दिखाई है 70 एपिसोड. मतलब अगर हर वीक भी कहो तो 70 वीक्स होते हैं. तो आई थिंक इट्स विल ट्राइंग अगेन, विल से वी नॉट ट्राइंग, तो थोड़ी टाइमलाइन का इशू हो जाता है कई बार. सी वी आर बेस्ड आउट इन न्यू दिल्ली, यहाँ फुटबॉल क्लब्स नहीं है सैडली जो आईएसएल के, तो हम कुछ कर पाएंगे. बट सी नाउ वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग एक्सक्लूसिव कंटेंट. डॉटमैन का हमने एक पेनल्टी चैलेंज लेके आए हैं. सो वी आर फिगरिंग आउट अ चैलेंज. दीज आर चैलेंजेस वी आर वर्किंग विद. होपफुली देयर मोर एंड मोर वीडियोस कमिंग अप. आईएसएल में 15-16 क्लब कब तक होंगे, वो आई लीग से आएंगे या न्यू क्लब ज्वाइन होंगे. सी अभी तो 2 सीजन, तो दिस सीजन 23-24 देयर इज नो रेलीगेशन, एंड 24-25 देयर विल बी रेलीगेशन स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 24-25. तो एक क्लब 12 तो हो जाएंगे नेक्स्ट सीजन. उसका रेलीगेशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा तो 15-16 तो नहीं हो पाएंगे. तो उसके लिए या तो रेलीगेशन पॉज होगा तो 15-16 हो सकते हैं, या नए फ्रेंचाइजीज इंट्रोड्यूस की जाएं तो 15-16 15-16 क्लब्स हो सकते हैं. तो आई थिंक ये डिपेंड करता है कि क्या सिचुएशन है इस टाइम पे. फ्रेंचाइजीज की जो नई फ्रेंचाइजीज की डिमांड इतनी नहीं है मार्केट में. बट आई थिंक इन 2-3 years वंस एवरीथिंग रिकवर फ्रॉम कोविड, वी विल सी कपल ऑफ cities will have a demand for a franchisee. Ahmedabad is a perfect one of those cities. Infrastructure है, is kind of running to bid for Olympics in a long run. तो एक स्पोर्टिंग सिटी बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. तो अहमदाबाद आई थिंक शुड बी एबल टू गेट अ फ्रेंचाइजी इन आईएसएल इन नेक्स्ट कपल ऑफ ईयर्स. तो वो देख सकते हैं कब होता है, देखते हैं. 11 क्लब इन आईएसएल टोटल, 110 games, 20 leagues means 380 games. Jasmine totally agree. Mumbai performance outstanding. What's your rating from? I think I will give 9 to Mumbai, and I think I would maybe give it 10 because of the way the Indian players are performing in Mumbai City FC. अगर सिर्फ फॉरेनर्स के दम पे वो खेल रहे हो तो अलग बात थी, यू नो. बट चांगटे, बिपिन shows the Des Buckingham is working with these attacking players and they're giving the output, you know. And उसके अलावा भी जो बाकी भी प्लेयर्स हैं, उन्होंने भी, अपुया भी बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है, यू नो. There's another player who I really like from this Mumbai City FC team. Just forget the name. Let me bring the team sheet in front of me. Just give me 1 second. I think overall impressed with the, you know, Mehtab Singh. I think I really like from the more Indian players at Mumbai City FC. And of course, you know, Apuya, Pipin Singh and Chhangte are the 3 top Indian players. But I think looks good. Hopefully Vikram Pratap Singh also gets some kind of a playing time, and Gurkirat Singh. They have these young strikers who can play center of the pitch. You know, so let's see. I think Mumbai is doing well. And I think hopefully they keep the squad together. Just add quality in it. You know, maybe Greg Stewart remains, maybe Paradise remains, you know, and they just add more quality in the other position, you know, if they can maintain. I think they still need an Indian fullback. They have signed Sanjeev Stalin, but let's see. I think overall I'm impressed with Mumbai City FC till now. आईएसएल में 15-16 क्लब्स कब तक बता दिया भाई, ये भी बता दिया है. Why Akash Mishra deal with the Japani club didn't happen? Because there was no deal. Mishra भाई, आप मिश्रा लग रहे हो, तो there was no deal in place. Sadly the social media made a राई का पहाड़ बना दिया, बोलते हैं ना, कहावत है. तो वही हुआ है आकाश मिश्रा के केस में. मुंबई सिटी एफसी जैसे और भी कोई यूरोपियन क्लब भी न्यू क्लब ला सकते हैं आईएसएल में. यस, there are couple of you know, owners who owns multiple clubs in world football, you know. So I think वो possibility है, but they are not as big as City Group, by the way, because City Group is very big. But let's see, maybe Qatar will do it now. You know, they're trying to buy multiple clubs. Maybe Saudi will come into this business because you will need unlimited funds to run football club. People don't watch ISL but want more club in ISL. Actually, European clubs game hypocrisy. Mumbai would need a young B. As said that Mumbai will need a fullback. That's what I said. Tejas bhai, they should sign someone before next season if they call it. Yes, I think so. I think they need a right back and left back. Of quality is missing in that position. Mumbai's ye le liya. Why ye le liya? Anwar, Mehtab, Honni Sana, one of the advantage of four. Yes, I think 4 foreigner rules have helped. Now, if AFC change their rules for the Champions League and the AFC Cup, what do you guys think, that should AFC, ISL follow the AFC rules or they should keep it 4 foreigners in playing 11? So, वो चीज़ आप बताइए. कोल्हापुर से क्लब होना चाहिए. I think Kolhapur should definitely will be in plan of. AFF is there. They are going to host more tournament in Kolhapur, and I think Kolhapur should be having a club. There is no doubt over it. Karnataka also have started under-23 league which will run for 1.5 months. तो ये लीग नहीं बोलो, आप टूर्नामेंट बोलो. 1.5 महीने का टूर्नामेंट. मुझे यार मैं जब क्रिकेट खेलता था, आई प्लेड फॉर द स्टेट टीम, यू नो, एंड आई रिमेंबर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लीग इन क्रिकेट यूज्ड टू गो 3 months इन माय डिस्ट्रिक्ट, यू नो. 3 महीने चलती थी. टूर्नामेंट जो चलते थे क्रिकेट के वो भी 15-20 दिन चलते हैं, तो ये एक महीने की कोई लीग नहीं है, टूर्नामेंट है। तो आप बोलो कर्नाटका ने अंडर 21 टूर्नामेंट स्टार्ट किया है। इज एटीके मोहन न्यू टीम और इज द सेम ओल्ड मोहन बगान? एटीके मोहन बगान इनहेरिटेड विच क्लब्स हिस्ट्री, मोहन बगान और एटीके, और अ न्यू हिस्ट्री स्टार्ट फ्रॉम, ये आप इट डिपेंड करता है आप किस तरफ हो। इफ यू आर एटीके then you'll say they have inherited ATK. If you are from Mohun Bagan, I think I will say, they should get rid of ATK altogether, should term ATK as a dead entity, because मुझे लगता नहीं ATK का कुछ मतलब बचा है with Atletico Madrid going out from the deal. Then ATK means nothing. Mohun Bagan have a legacy, have a history. Owners should take fans on their side, give them a confidence that they are here to build the legacy for Mohun Bagan, for the future of Mohun Bagan, and call it Mohun Bagan. क्या फर्क पड़ता है नाम से यार? मेरा तो ये सिंपल मानना है, and I think it should have, अभी तक हो जाना चाहिए, but I don't know, some parties are there in between who are using this ATK and Mohun Bagan versus जो name का है for their own benefit. ISL should experiment with 3 foreigners for 1 season. If quality doesn't drop too much, keep the rule. I think that's not how it will work. Because that way Indian clubs will struggle in Asian competitions, and I think they should follow the Asian competition rules, but I think 4 foreigners is good enough for me. I think should be minimum, because that's how you maintain the quality. Anwar replacement is who? Will FC sign any player in this window? I don't think Anwar is going in this window. He's going in the summer window, so I don't think they will going to sign his replacement in this window. Please appoint Igor Stimac as a ATK Mohun head coach Ashish. Schedule for next in ISL season, since World Cup qualifying FC Cup will be there. I think it remains same. ISL will have a window like this only from October to March, and I think let's see how they do it, but I think that's a good window after monsoon period. ISL should can start from very first week of October, go till the March and April. I think that's a good window for ISL, and then give a break for the national team for the international window. For AFC's sake, unlimited foreign registration, Indian clubs can do wonder in AFC competitions, but उससे कोई फायदा नहीं है ना। अगर आप अनलिमिटेड फॉरेनर्स भी कर देते हो, आप डोमेस्टिक लीग में 4 फॉरेनर के साथ खेल रहे हो, देन यू गो टू दी 1 मिड वीक में आप जाते हो AFC कंपटीशन खेलने, एंड वहां पे आप 11 फॉरेनर से खेलते हो, तो दैट डजंट गोइंग टू हेल्प क्लब्स in terms of the training and the planning. There should be some kind of agreement in between. So our Northeast will have a new owner or a new investors. What I am told that it will be a complete change of ownership if it happens, but there's no timeline defined for this, and this external party wants to help Northeast United to get a new owners, because it's a benefit of not just for Northeast United, for a league also. But I League second को simple league में क्यों नहीं करवाया जा रहा है? I think traveling cost बहुत ज़्यादा है for a young clubs to take an IFF के लिए. I think a zonal model is very fine if they can make a only 2-3 zones and make a home and away, and then even जो final clubs बचते हैं उसको भी आप home and away करिए, तो it will be good instead of a one venue. Kerala Blasters, Hyderabad City clubs सारे spending less money, but they have a vision at least. But ATK is doing foolishness, but I am sure they will be in playoff because they also bite the referees. Hyderabad spending better than Kerala Blaster. I think Roshni Greece. I will not say that you can say Hyderabad won the ISL title last season, so you can say of course they have spent better, but it just Kerala Blaster have a lots of baggage. Hyderabad was a fresh club, and Hyderabad had a learning of ISL clubs from previous seasons. Hyderabad joined in between, and the owners of Hyderabad was a part of other ISL teams, so they understand what were the mistake of the previous ISL teams. So when Kerala Blasters have a change of management, they have a baggage of previous players, previous ownership, previous management who are on the fat contracts. So they at least put a salary structure in place for the clubs, for the Kerala Blaster, and they're working on it. I think the progress is there to be seen in Kerala Blaster. It's just that sometime this will happen. The clubs, their players will be bought by other clubs for the bigger budgets. But I think that way, just like Hyderabad FC's Indian players were bought. Liston was bought, Ashish Rai was bought. So I think these kind of things will happen. It's just that you have to make your ecosystem and your pipeline of talent in a way that even if somebody takes one player away from you, you should have another player, young player, who's set to replace that particular player. So I think that's how and that's how you have to build a ecosystem. आप सिर्फ if a club just like ATK Mohun Bagan just is working on first team only, I think that after 6, 7, 8, 10 season of ISL, and that club is foolish. because that is not going to help them. I think now it's time that clubs should build a multiple team all across the age group. They should have a senior team, they should have a reserve team. We call it under 22, under 23, whatever you want to call it. Then have under 19, under 16 and under 14 teams, and that's how you maintain that pipeline of a talent. If you like a player, to give an example, Kemar Nikum, playing for Rajasthan United, could have been signed by any other ISL team earlier. It's just that Rajasthan United gave him that platform. So I think that's how these things happen. You do your scouting, you go and to give an example, Hyderabad FCs have kind of taken Thongbai Singto, who is their previous year assistant coach, made him a technical director, and I see that he's always on the move. He's looking for new players, he's scouting the talent, and that's how you do it. You just make a pipeline of these talent. He's on the northeast sometime to watch some tournaments, then he also with the reserve team, also with the U team, and that's the way to do it on a long run. If you want to, any club wants to be sustainable in ISL, they have to make a pipeline of a talent. If they don't do it, लॉन्ग टर्म में कब तक ओनर अपनी जेब से हर सीजन 20 करोड़ रुपए देगा? I think that's a big question, and I think let's see, how long this spending spree of couple of these clubs will stay in in Indian football. What if Round Glass Punjab come to ISL? Will they attract Punjabi people? I think Punjab, I was in Punjab for 4 years. Many people knows this. I did my engineering for Punjab, and I went to JCT Fagwara also. The football fan following in Punjab is definitely there. Indian football भी होती थी एक ज़माने में. I'm not surprised, you can't play in Mohali and Chandigarh and say we want to attract Punjabi people. I think Punjab, maybe, if they can somehow get in main hub of Punjab, Ludhiana or Jalandhar, or make a base there, I think, and that might be possible because and then slowly, not just रातों रात 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 लोग नहीं आएंगे. And that says Round Glass Punjab is playing in Haryana, and Round Glass is a big business group. If they can't figure out playing, they can't play in Panchkula and call them the Round Glass Punjab. They can't play in Mohali also and call them the Round Glass Punjab. They have to get into the roots of Punjab. The reason JCT Fagwara used to get a good crowd, they used to play in Jalandhar, Ludhiana. These are typical main Punjab towns, and I think that's the strategy they have to make, and I think a club coming into ISL should have a, and I think ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि सीधे से 25-30,000 लोग आएंगे, that will be called a success. I will say at this time in Indian football, getting a 8 to 10,000 people every week, game week, average attendance is also good for Indian football, especially the new centers. The new center which is coming up, like Rajasthan, like Punjab is a new center, but recent time it is a new center. If a Punjabi club comes, if they can get a 8 to 10,000 people every game week average on stadium, that's a good success if you ask me. So I think it's a great, but sadly, as I said, Round Glass Punjab playing in Mohali, Panchkula is not going to help. Even Chandigarh is it's like just like Delhi, it's a hub. So even Chandigarh is not going to help. So they have to they have to get into the roots of Punjab to get that crowd back, and it will take time. रातों रात कुछ नहीं होगा. ये 5 से 10 साल का model है. I think they have to work in that. Then you can assume, they will get a crowd. I did my computer engineering, Alok. So typical science side. How many foreigners will allowed in second division league and state league? Ideally, they are saying long term they will not allow no foreigners in second division and the state league. They are going to allow no foreigners. I think second division 2 foreigners. I will say there should be no foreigners in second division and state league for sure. होता क्या है, मैं बताता हूँ. स्टेट लीग में, किसी भी स्टेट लीग में क्लब करते क्या है, एक एवरेज सी इंडियन प्लेयर्स ले लेते हैं. अंकल टाइप भी होते हैं कुछ प्लेयर्स. दे ब्रिंग 2 अफ्रीकन प्लेयर्स, 2 स्ट्राइकर्स फ्रॉम अफ्रीका, वो बल्क ऑफ स्कोरिंग करते हैं, कुछ मैच जिता देते हैं, एंड दे आर हैप्पी विद इट. So that's not the way to go for it. I think आप साइन करो, मैं नहीं करो. I have a problem with African foreigners. बट आप बाकी टीम पे भी तो ध्यान दो. आप सिर्फ 2 स्ट्राइकर से क्लब या आप लेगेसी या जो भी आप बना रहे हो नहीं बना सकते हो. आई थिंक वो, एंड ऑल्सो स्टेट लीग में वो क्लब्स भी होने चाहिए जो दे आर वेरी सीरियस अबाउट देयर ओन क्लब. आप सिर्फ नाम के लिए, CSR के पैसे के लिए स्टेट लीग में नहीं होने चाहिए. So there should be some licensing criteria for state league clubs also. Not should be as strict as the ISL or I League, but there should be a basic criteria कि उस स्टेट लीग क्लब्स का क्या है क्या नहीं है. वो सिर्फ CSR मनी को या आप कह लो मनी कैश ट्रांजेक्शन करने के लिए नहीं होना चाहिए वो क्लब. दे शुड बी अ क्लब जस्ट बिकॉज दे आर देयर फॉर फुटबॉल, नॉट फॉर देयर ओन सम काइंड ऑफ अ बेनिफिट. ATK मोहन बागान इस बार एक यूथ टीम भी बना रही है. इंडियन एरो से 4-5 प्लेयर लिए हैं, अंडर 17 ट्रायल कराए हैं. दैट्स नॉट यूथ डेवलपमेंट. आप 5-6 प्लेयर ले लो कहीं और से, वो भी यूथ डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट होता है अंडर 12 अंडर 13 से. बंगाल में टैलेंट की कमी नहीं है. ATK मोहन बगान को नॉर्थ ईस्ट से प्लेयर लाने की जरूरत नहीं है अंडर 14 अंडर 16 लेवल के लिए. बंगाल में प्लेयर्स हैं. दे शुड फोकस ऑन दैट फर्स्ट एंड देन लेट्स सी, देन गोइंग एट थिंक अबाउट गेटिंग अदर स्टेट प्लेयर्स. No franchisee fee, no 55 crore to AFF or FSDL. AFF total budget 80 crore, 55 crore FSDL thanks to franchisee fee. And Jasmine bringing good points. I know, and that's the thing. Are ISL reserve clubs eligible for promotion to I? No, they are not eligible to promotion to I League. I did electrical engineering. Most of us Indian science side people do engineering. Malaysia bringing back Merdeka Cup, but looks like Vietnam, Thailand, Syria or Palestine might get invitation, not India. सो आई थिंक देखिए वो उस फेडरेशन की चॉइस है, उसमें हम नहीं कुछ बोल सकते हैं उनको किसको बुलाना है किसको नहीं बुलाना. अब इंटर कॉन्टिनेंटल कप होगा उसमें हमारी चॉइस है, हमें पाकिस्तान को बुलाना है, हमें इंग्लैंड को बुलाना है, हमें ब्राज़ील को बुलाना है, और कौन यहाँ आना चाहेगा वो हमारी चॉइस है. लेट्स सी. आई एम डूइंग मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर्स, गिव मी टिप्स. I think complete your engineering, I will say, and mechanical engineering is tough, man. Computer science, at least it's little bit. If आपका interest अगर mechanical engineering में, then you will enjoy it. But it's a tough journey. Jobs में भी बहुत tough journey है because most of our mechanical engineer friends they eventually shifted to non-mechanical jobs. Until you want to core mechanical engineering jobs, I think it's tough. You have to get into the actual ground. आपको हाथ अपने काले करने पड़ेंगे garages और factories में to get those jobs. So I think इट्स अ टफ जर्नी डिपेंडिंग ऑन आपके ऊपर किसी ने बोल भी दिया इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ दो. मुंबई सिटी FC, ATK मोहन बागान, नो सैलरी कैप फॉलोइंग इंक्वायरी शुड बी डन फ्रॉम ISL. आई थिंक ऑन पेपर तो सैलरी कैप फॉलो कर ही रहे हैं अभी तक. देखिए 89% पीपल आर सेइंग कि सैलरी कैप सिर्फ पेपर पे है, एंड ऑन पेपर ऑल क्लब्स आर फॉलोइंग सैलरी कैप. इट्स जस्ट दैट वी इंडियंस always find a way to play with the rules and regulation in our life. So I think clubs have find a way to play with the rules and regulations. So I think वो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. एंड अभी तक कोई टीम फाइनलाइज नहीं हुई है मार्च विंडो के लिए. सो विल दैट फाइनलाइज वेरी सून. मुंबई आर प्लेइंग 3 एट द बैक टुडे एज अ रोस्ट्री ग्रिफिथ्स इज इंजर्ड. कैन यू टेल हाउ मेनी मैचेस ही कैन मिस? भाई चेक करना पड़ेगा. विशाल हैव नॉट चेक्ड दैट पर्टिकुलर इंक्वायरी है, सो आई कांट से एनीथिंग. वी हैव टू चेक हाउ मेनी ISL clubs and I League clubs have proper structure like under 14, under 16, under 18. Teams like one can I know is FC Goa. I think Bengaluru FC. Second I will say Hyderabad FC is working on that model for sure. They want to do a similar model. Ajay bhai. Other than that, I think Mumbai City FC have kind of made a similar model. They want to have these youth teams. I think Jamshedpur FC with the Tata Football Academy, they follow this. Odisha wants to do it. Let's see how quickly they can do it. That's also a question. उसके अलावा Chennai FC in and out, they have something, they didn't have something, can't say anything. Kerala Blaster in and out, but they still have done better from the previous 3 to 4 years. So not most teams, I think 3 से 4 टीमें होंगी ISL में जो ये चीन की प्रॉपर यू स्ट्रक्चर प्रोग्राम्स है अभी. सैडली नॉट ATK मोहन बागान, नॉर्थ ईस्ट बंगाल, नॉट इवन नॉर्थ ईस्ट यूनाइटेड. 3 फ्रेंचाइजी के नाम मैंने बता दिए जो अभी ये चीज़ को फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो देखते हैं. अडानी को बोलो फुटबॉल में इन्वेस्ट करे. आई थिंक वो होगा इवेंचुअली. मुझे लगता है कि अहमदाबाद से उन्हीं की फ्रेंचाइजी आएगी. अगर जब भी अहमदाबाद से फ्रेंचाइजी आती है, आई थिंक वाई नॉट he should be able to take it. Is Kerala Blaster having any contact with some players? Kerala Blaster have identified their targets and they are working over it. You can't say as a Kerala Blaster fans that they're not doing anything. मुझे तो करना ही नहीं था, पेरेंट ने फोर्स किया. मुझे तो ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग में इंटरेस्ट था. तो आप ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग से मैकेनिकल में क्यों आ गए? मतलब कंप्यूटर साइंस कर लेते, EC ही कर लेते, मैकेनिकल ऑलरेडी. भैया रोनाल्डो वर्सेस मेसी फॉर द लास्ट टाइम टुडे एंड आई थिंक PSG इज चार्जिंग 150 रुपये, 150 रुपीज टू वॉच दैट गेम ऑन फेसबुक लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग. सो देख सकते हैं. महिंद्रा को वापस आना चाहिए. आई थिंक आनंद महिंद्रा इज अ बिग फैन ऑफ फुटबॉल, एंड आई थिंक if somebody from ISL or even from FEFF go to Anand Mahindra, meet him, present him a vision or something. Issue is why these big group like Mahindra backed out, because there was the lack of vision was there. Indian football वो vision ही missing है. आई एम श्योर इफ महिंद्राज हैव बीन प्रेजेंट द विजन, सीरियस लोग जाके मिले, आई एम श्योर आनंद महिंद्रा विल एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट अ सेकंड डिवीजन टीम फॉर श्योर. आशीष भाई, नेक्स्ट ईयर नॉर्थ ईस्ट में कोई न्यू ओनर आएगा क्या? राज भाई, मैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट का ओनरशिप का पॉइंट टच कर चुका हूं पहले डिटेल में. कोशिश की जा रही है, एक्सटर्नल पार्टी आ चुकी है इस बीच में, वो आर सर्चिंग ओनर्स फॉर नॉर्थ ईस्ट यूनाइटेड. पर कोई टाइमलाइन मैं नहीं दे सकता आपको कि नेक्स्ट सीजन तक हो जाएगा, अगले 2 साल तक होगा. देयर इज कोशिश की जा रही है, बट वो 3-4 साल से भी कोशिश की जा रही है. बट आई थिंक अब नाउ एक्सटर्नल पार्टी है इन्वॉल्व, सो आई थिंक वी माइट सी अ न्यू ओनर वेरी सून विद नॉर्थ ईस्ट यूनाइटेड. FC Goa under 17 playing GFA third division playoff. Is it senior league or under 17 league? No, GFA third division is a senior league. It's just FC Goa is playing with the under 17 team. FC Goa पे अपडेट दे दो. Are they signing anyone? इस विंडो में थोड़ा मुश्किल है. आई थिंक देयर आउटगोइंग विल बी देयर फ्रॉम FC गोवा. इनकमिंग थोड़ी मुश्किल है इस विंडो में FC गोवा के लिए. आलोक भाई बता दिया मैंने. भाई आई लीग टीम नेक्स्ट सीजन से भी AFC कप में खेलेगी. आई थिंक अभी तो सुपर कप के पास कोई स्लॉट नहीं गया है इस सीजन के लिए, तो आई लीग से ही एक टीम जाएगी AFC कप में जो विनर होगा आई लीग का. एनी न्यू साइनिंग कोच फॉर न्यू कोच फॉर जमशेदपुर FC? अभी तक तो जमशेदपुर FC को प्लान नहीं लग रहे हैं नए कोच के. आई थिंक दे विल स्टे विद द प्रेजेंट कोच. व्हेन विल बी द 14 टीम ISL अकॉर्डिंग टू विजन 2047? आई थिंक अगर 14 टीम का मतलब है कि 2 फ्रेंचाइजीज प्रमोट होंगी, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि अभी 2 फ्रेंचाइजीज आ सकती है इंडियन फुटबॉल में. आई थिंक एक आ सकती है 2025 तक, 2025 तक, and the another franchise will come by another next 5 year. So I think 2030 ही I think a period is when the 14 team ISL हो सकता है, until unless you pause the relegation for 2 more years. That means the 2 more new team will promote, 14 teams हो जाएंगी. Does Star hold rights of all AFC competition? So if under 17 Asia Cup they will broadcast? No, Star doesn't hold rights of AFC competitions. FSDL hold rights of all the AFC competitions in India. They have subleased those rights to Star Sports earlier. That's one. Another thing, in return of that deal with AFC, all the AFC competition in India broadcast, the production will be done by FSDL. अगर AFC कप गेम है, AFC चैंपियंस लीग गेम है, यूथ टूर्नामेंट है, कोई AFC एशियन कप भी हो रहा है, उसकी ब्रॉडकास्ट प्रोडक्शन FSDL करेगा for AFC in return of this deal. So Star doesn't have any deal with AFC. It's FSDL has the deal for the AFC, and now if the deal is with FSDL, we understand that those games of the AFC continental games will be on the, I think, Viacom and the Geo Cinema now. By like cricket, we should collaborate with Saudi and UAE. We should merge ISL with these Gulf leagues. We should try to hard persuade them. This is the only way. I think viewership will increase. Barrison Ghost, but ऐसे चलता नहीं है भाई कि आप फुटबॉल में आप लीग मर्ज कर लो विद गल्फ लीग्स. कुछ एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम हो सकते हैं, बट वो वाला फंडा नहीं है. एंड इंडियन क्लब ISL ओनर्स डजंट हैव इनफ मनी टू कम एंड गो एंड रन अ क्लब इन साउदी एंड UAE. बहुत पैसा चाहिए उस चीज़ के लिए, उससे बेटर इंडिया में कर ले. एक दो आर एनी इन्विटेशनल टूर्नामेंट फॉर नेशनल टीम? हीरो इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल कप फॉर मेंस, हीरो गोल्ड कप फॉर वुमेन्स विल टेक प्लेस इन 2023. सुपर कप में भी कोई अपडेट नहीं है. प्रिंसटन नेमिला लिविंग FC गोवा. प्रिंसटन इज सरप्लस टू द रिक्वायरमेंट्स. आई थिंक इट शुड लीव. नेमिल के बारे में कुछ नहीं सुना अब तक. बॉयकॉट यूरोपियन फुटबॉल, बॉयकॉट कॉलिनल, वो नहीं होगा सैडली. अगर सेकंड डिवीजन को जोन में ही करना था तो जोनल लीग क्या होगी जो फ्यूचर में आएंगी? आई थिंक वो एक आइडिया है. दैट्स वाई फ्यूचर का जो मुझे वो रोड मैप है कंफ्यूजिंग लगा. सेकंड डिवीजन मैं अज्यूम करता हूँ, मैं एक दिल्ली बेस्ड क्लब हूँ या मैं देहरादून बेस्ड क्लब हूँ. अब मुझे सेकंड डिवीजन गेम खेलना है और मुझे साउथ में मेरा केरला से गेम है. वो फिजिबिलिटी नहीं है इस चीज़ में. सेकंड डिवीजन शुड बी टेक प्लेस इन अ जोनल ले. ये जोनल लीग जो मुझे लगता है, जो क्लैरिटी नहीं है हमारे पास, वो मुझे लगता है इज लाइक अ चैंपियंस लीग वाई जोनल एवरी स्टेट लीग चैंपियंस विल प्ले टुगेदर मे बी और समथिंग लाइक दैट. उसका क्लैरिटी है नहीं. वाई भाई महिंद्रा क्यों स्टॉप हुई थी? महिंद्रा यूनाइटेड वॉज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल क्लब इन NFL एंड आई लीग एरा. द मेन रीजन आई थिंक क्लियरिटी, लैक ऑफ विजन, एंड प्लस दूसरा रीजन क्या था, AIFF उस टाइम पे एक लाइसेंसिंग क्राइटेरिया लेके आया था जहां पे बोला था PSU टीम्स नहीं चलेंगी. ONGC भी खेलती थी, एयर इंडिया भी खेलती थी आई लीग, तो उनको सबको एक साथ लाइसेंसिंग क्राइटेरिया दिखा के बाहर किया गया था. बट आई एम श्योर आनंद महिंद्रा, एज आई सेड, लव्स फुटबॉल, लव्स स्पोर्ट्स. सो आई थिंक इफ अ प्लान इज प्रेजेंटेड टू हिम बाय AIFF और ISL ऑन अ लॉन्गर टर्म सस्टेनेबिलिटी, कुछ विजन दिया जाएगा, तो आई एम श्योर महिंद्रा विल लव टू कम बैक इनटू द इंडियन फुटबॉल सिनेरियो. Chhangte is next Indian goat, so but I only think Chhangte now to replicate this form for the national team. We definitely need a new goal scorer. And I was thinking, कुछ टाइम पहले हम सुनील छेत्री जी, हमारे लेजेंड नहीं खेल रहे हैं,
Bengaluru FC के लिए. And then people say who's after Sunil Chhetri. I don't think we'll get a, because he world football also. आप हालैंड को हटा दो, आप एम्बापे के हटा दो, हालैंड को हटा दो, प्ले सेंटर फॉरवर्ड. वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल इज ऑल्सो चेंजिंग, सो वो मुझे लगता नहीं कि मेसी रोनाल्डो वाले नंबर्स को डाल पाएगा दोबारा, मेरे हिसाब से. क्योंकि अब मल्टीपल गोल स्कोरर्स आ रहे हैं एक टीम के अंदर. पहले राइट और लेफ्ट विंगर इतने गोल्स नहीं मारते थे, अब लेफ्ट विंगर्स भी गोल मार रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड. चांगटे, बिपिन, Chhangte, Bipin, and there's another left winger, Ritvik Das are scoring goals. So I think we might not get a next Sunil Chhetri in terms of goal scorer, because वो स्टाइल की फुटबॉल खेलनी ही बंद हो चुकी है. पीपल आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ओनली ऑन द सेंटर फॉरवर्ड टू स्कोर गोल्स. पहले जब फुटबॉल खेली जाती थी लोग बोलते थे सेंटर फॉरवर्ड का काम है सिर्फ गोल्स मारना. वो उसका फर्स्ट टच कैसा भी हो, उसकी प्ले मेकिंग एबिलिटी कैसी भी हो, उसकी इंटरलिंकिंग कैसी भी हो, उसका सिर्फ काम है गोल मारना. अब फुटबॉल बदल चुकी है. अब आप नहीं कह सकते कि सेंटर फॉरवर्ड का काम सिर्फ गोल मारना है. दे शुड बी, their overall game is also important now. So if India can mold somebody like Ishan Pandita, in that center forward role, who can interlink Bipin, Changte, Shiva Shakti, Ritvik Das, these kind of players who are itself a goal scorer. I think Brendan, Sahel, एक फोकल पॉइंट अगर अपने अटैकिंग फुटबॉल को दे दे, एक सेंटर फॉरवर्ड हु कैन होल्ड द बॉल, हु हैज अ गुड फर्स्ट टच, who has a good passing abilities, who has a good distribution, and who had a good vision. आप भले ही 5 गोल, जहां पहले एक प्लेयर 5 गोल मारता था, आप एक गोल मारो, बट आप यू कैन ब्रिंग दीज प्लेयर्स इन प्ले, जो अटैकिंग प्लेयर्स होते हैं. सो आई थिंक वी विल नॉट गेट अ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड अ गोल स्कोरर लाइक सुनील छेत्री, बाइचिंग भूटिया इन रिसेंट आने वाले 5-10 सालों में, बट वी कैन गेट, instead of one player scoring 20 goals, we can get 5 players scoring 4 goals each. Those 5 players can be Changte, Bipin Singh, Ritvik Das, Sahel, these kind of players who can score these multiple goals, who are goal scorers. And then we can have Ishan Pandita, for example, who can score 2 or 3 goals. Those 2 and 3 goals will not matter until your team scores enough goals. So I think football is evolving, and I was thinking, and it's not a good sign to see Sunil Chhetri sitting on the bench in Indian football. But then I thought, football is evolving now. And worldwide is evolving, and to say example, even Mumbai City FC got Haaland, one of the best footballer, goal scorer, and there are people saying now Manchester City got Haaland. There are people who believe that Manchester City were better team without Haaland last season, where the overall play was better. So I think this is a switch in the in the world football overall, and that switch also have to take place for the Indian national team. We are not going to get another Sunil Chhetri. वो बनने शायद बंद हो गए हैं. Maybe next 5 to 10 years we'll have another good goal scorer coming up. But now overall वो goal scorer का फंडा है, वो क्वेश्चन मार्क लग चुका है worldwide, not just in Indian football. So let's see, I think क्या चलता है. Play both Changte and Bipin together in national team, India will go far in tournament. I believe so. I think then you can add Ritvik Das as a winger, Mohammad Yasir, another good player, Brendan, Sahel. There's a good core of Indian wingers are there, who can score goals, and I think you need a confident goal scorer on the wings. Somebody like Udanta will not work anymore, because Udanta, is a good playmaker but not a good goal scorer anymore. You need, if India wants to score goals, you need a goal scorer on the wingers also. आपको सिर्फ विंगर वो नहीं चाहिए जो जाके सिर्फ क्रॉसेस डाले. I think अब विंगर चाहिए जो खुद गोल ही मार सकते हैं. आशिक कुरैन is another one of those, so that's the time, that's kind of a player Indian team need. नौगदम्बा नोरिम पे आ जाते हैं. मैंने प्रॉमिस किया था स्टार्टिंग में कि नौगदम्बा नोरिम की कहानी मैं बताता हूँ कि क्या हुआ है नौगदम्बा नोरिम के साथ. और ये मैं थोड़ी पर्सनल स्टोरी भी है. 100 लोग देख रहे हैं, मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. वर्ल्ड कप पे, फीफा अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप जब इंडिया में हुआ, सो देयर वाज सम कपल ऑफ स्काउट जो मैंने इनवाइट किए थे यूरोप से इंडिया में टू वॉच अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप इन इंडिया. एंड देयर वाज वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड फ्रॉम नॉर्वे विच आई न्यू थ्रू अ इंडियन फुटबॉलर. He's a football agent and a scout for multiple clubs in Africa, especially. He's an Indian origin guy, and he used to scout talent for Africa for European clubs, and he's also agent also. So उनको मैंने इंडिया बुलाया था to watch World Cup, and one of the player which he impressed highly was Nogdamba Norim. Even Nogdamba Norim played limited number of minutes in the under 17 World Cup. A very interesting story. I will not take more than 4-5 minutes. And this is where the decision making of the player and the come. 2018 March, and I approach Nogdamba Norim I approached his parent club. In that time was Minerva Punjab. At that time Minerva Academy you can call it. तो नौगदम्बा नॉरिम के लिए एक ऑफर था हमारे पास थ्रू माय फ्रेंड, and he was such a fan of Nogdamba Norim. He was ready to take all the expenses of Nogdamba Norim, having 2 months ट्रायल इन डेनमार्क क्लब. वो ऑफर लेटर मेरे पास आज भी मेरे फोन में है. वो डेनमार्क टॉप टायर का क्लब था, डेनमार्क का टॉप डिवीजन का. दे वांटेड नॉगदम्बा नॉरिम फॉर 2 month ट्रायल इन मंथ ऑफ मे एंड जून. ये मार्च 2018 की कहानी मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. एंड Nogdamba initially wanted to go. He said, I want to go, I want to go, I want to play in Europe, I want to play in Europe. And all of a sudden, and we sent these offer letter to Nogdamba, we sent these offer letter to this parent club. And the club in Denmark waited for at least 2-3 weeks to hear back from the club and the player. And sadly, we didn't hear anything. इसमें ना प्लेयर को 1 रुपये खर्च करने थे, ना ही पेरेंट क्लब को 1 रुपये खर्च करने थे. It just that they wanted to see him in a 2 months trial. And whenever club give a 2 month trial, they mean they are very serious about the player. 3-4 दिन का ट्रायल है, 2 महीने का ट्रायल था, और क्लब सिर्फ प्लेयर को फ्लाइट पकड़नी थी. नो एक्सपेंसेस, ही हैड टू गो देयर इन द समर जहां इंडियन फुटबॉल नहीं चल रहा था. एंड सैडली we didn't heard anything back from the from that particular his parent club or from the player also. Player ने phone उठाना बंद कर दिया, and that's altogether fine. And their player and the club, this parent club, they made a choice. So they took a transfer fee from I think Kerala Blaster, and he got transferred to Kerala Blaster. यहाँ पे मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं उठा रहा हूँ किसी के ऊपर, बट ये उन्होंने एक चॉइस ली कि इट्स बेटर फॉर हिम टू टू स्टे. एंड मैं बार बार बोलता आया हूँ, एंड आई हैव सेड अगेन इफ इंडियन प्लेयर वांट टू गो आउट, 18 to 21 is the age where they need to go out. And there was of course plan put in front of Nogdamba that you go to Denmark top league, you play there, and everything you will go, everything will taken care. Just go and give a 2 months trial, let's see what club say. And that club was a top tier Danish club. Second tier नहीं, third tier नहीं, and Denmark league, maybe a league, Nogdamba Norim with his technical ability, and the club was impressed by his limited appearance in the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. So वो हुआ तो they didn't respond, they went back. And sadly ये उस एक साल में 3 से 4 प्लेयर्स मैंने ट्राई किया था जिनको मुझे लगता था कि वो टेक्निकली they were very sounded for Indian football and they can go and play in European football. And एक बार भी नहीं चला. एंड ये सारा जो मेरा फ्रेंड था, ही केम टू इंडिया, वी स्पेंड मनी फॉर हिज ट्रैवलिंग, एवरीथिंग फॉर माई ट्रैवलिंग. एंड 1-1.5 साल हमने ट्राई किया बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स के साथ, यंग इंडियन प्लेयर्स के साथ जो 16, 17, 18 थे. एंड सैडली ये मॉडल नहीं चल पाया. एंड देन इवेंचुअली जो मेरा फ्रेंड है, ही लॉस्ट हिज इंटरेस्ट. ही सेड कि आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट माई टाइम, आई विल गो टू अफ्रीका. अफ्रीका में मैं इतने टाइम पे इतने कम से कम 4 प्लेयर्स यूरोप ले जा चुका होता जो भी अच्छी यूरोपियन टीम्स में खेल रहे होते. एंड इट विल हेल्प हिज ओन करियर ऑल्सो बिकॉज वो यंग फुटबॉल स्काउट एंड एजेंट. And Nogdamba Norim decided to play for Kerala Blaster to sign their transfer fee मिला Minerva Punjab को, and वो Kerala Blaster चले गए. Didn't play much. Then went to ATK Mohun Bagan in Samora City. Didn't play much. Then for ATK Mohun Bagan से FC Goa हैं. 3 साल 4 साल हो गए हैं. He has wasted his prime age of the development going here and there. And what happened this season, I am told, and this is the information, Nogdamba Norim didn't came back in the best shape in the pre-season at FC Goa. And I will not go in the details. He was not about fit. It's not like he came injured. There is some other terms in football and I don't want to come on camera and say, but he didn't come in the best shape at pre-season with FC Goa. He was told by the coaches and the FC Goa management that you have to match this set of standard in terms of fitness and everything. And he was given time, and I think he has not worked. Then somehow FC Goa might have felt that he can be used in reserve team and then can come back later on in the first team. But I think he's still not worked on his fitness the way they wanted, and it looks like Nogdamba Norim is now looking for a new team, new club. And I think his agents, of course, will be looking for it. But I think that's the sad reality. And I just want to say, I'm not saying that Nogdamba should have taken that option of going to Europe that time. I think what a fall from a एक टाइम था जब आपके पीछे एक टॉप टायर यूरोपियन लीग से क्लब आपको ऑफर ट्रायल दे रहा है, टू अ टाइम when your club you are which are contracted with have found you not up to mark in terms of fitness before a start of a season. And that's the story of Nogdamba Norim, and that's the story of many Indian players. And I don't know, what happened there with Nogdama Norim, but the technique Nogdama Norim had under 17 World Cup, he was one of the most technical Indian player in that under 17 World Cup team, alongside maybe Komal Thatal, and that's the story of the Nogdama Norim. He was, when he came into this season for FC Goa, he didn't came in the best shape. एंड आई थिंक आई डोंट ब्लेम एफसी गोवा इन दैट इफ दे हैव सर्टेन कि हमारे फिटनेस में आपका वेट, आपका ये फैट कंटेंट, आपकी बॉडी में जो भी उनके फिटनेस क्राइटेरिया है, इज दिस इज योर फर्स्ट टीम क्राइटेरिया, आई थिंक you have to maintain it. You are a professional and somebody says not this player have this problem, but then you are playing professional football. You can do that problem later on when you are retired. And Jasmine agrees, it's not with Nogdamba, it's other players also who have kind of retired early on paper. They're at least 30, 32, they're not playing the professional football anymore. And I think sad reality of a talented young Indian footballer, and I'm not sure how fast he can come back from it. And that's where you have to respect somebody like Chhangte. Chhangte is a freak of an athlete. He take care of his body very clearly, and that's what's shown in his game. That's how Chhangte has become better footballer day by day. And Nogdama Norim has the talent, a similar kind of a Chhangte talent, raw talent, especially under 17 days. And he could have been playing in Denmark and the European League. And that's the same scene. And I think it's a sad story for a young player getting wasted like this. And I think you can't blame anyone, the player and his advisors and his friends and his family. Or I'm not surprised, I will say, but I think that's the story. And as I said, we tried 4-5 players in 17-18 window which I thought can go and play in these European, like Norway second tier, Denmark second tier, Finland. Because I always believe Indian players can't go straight away and play in La Liga, play in Premier League. They have to go to, just like other Asian players, they have to go in other European leagues, who are not top 10 European leagues, but who are 10, 9th, who are in Europa League regularly, who are in Champions League slots, playoff slots. Go and play in that league, do well, sign for top club in that country, do well, then sign for La Liga 2 club, Championship club, or German 2 club. That's the pathway. इंडियन क्लब्स, इंडियन प्लेयर्स थिंक्स हम स्ट्रेट अवे जाएंगे, रियल मैड्रिड के लिए खेलेंगे, हम मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड खेलेंगे, हम तो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड हमारा वेट कर रही है, हम आएंगे. उनका सपना ये है. ऑफ कोर्स एज अ यंग प्लेयर आपका सपना होना चाहिए रियल मैड्रिड के लिए खेलने के लिए, बट टू प्ले फॉर रियल मैड्रिड यू हैव टू स्टार्ट योर जर्नी समवेयर. You can't straight away from Indian club go to the Real Madrid and play. That's a false dream you have. All these Indian players have. They have to be given a reality check, which they don't. I think US and Canada football leagues merged. That's why proposed merge with all Gulf league, just 10-15 teams, 250 crore budget. भाई ये आपने पहले भी पॉइंट उठाया था, बेरिस एंड गोस, बट व्हाई विल Qatari league or US and Canada is not far in area. You can merge South Asian clubs like Bangladesh or Nepal, but मिडल ईस्ट इज डिफरेंट रीजन ऑल टुगेदर. तो वो पॉसिबिलिटी थोड़ी मुश्किल है. कनाडा से खेलते जरूर हैं, बट वो जो ऐसे ही सेम वे में आप देखोगे तो वेल्स के क्लब प्रीमियर लीग में, मतलब इंग्लैंड में खेलते हैं, तो वो है, वो रीजनली क्लोज हैं. आशीष भाई, यंग प्लेयर्स को गेम टाइम मिले, इसको लेकर कोई रूल्स बनाए या नहीं? बिकॉज प्लेयर्स लाइक गुरकीरत, जांगरा, थाटल, पार्थिव नॉट गेटिंग गुड गेम टाइम. आई थिंक इट्स अ प्लेयर चॉइस वेयर दे आर गोइंग, विच क्लब्स दे आर साइनिंग फॉर. Are the game time are priority for them, or their agents are just looking for a big 5-year deal with a particular big clubs? I think players should ask for playing time, but sadly these players 17-18 when they sign the big deals, and players advisor around them don't suggest them accordingly. I will say playing time should be there. If you can play regularly, money will come eventually for you. Uttam Rai, Swamfala, Uttam Rai, Bidyananda, many players who had tried the European team under 16 totally failed to realize the potential side. एंड वो उत्तम राय वाला तो यार कहानी थोड़ी अलग है, वो तो अलग लेवल पे ही जाना पड़ेगा. वेयर कोमल थटाल जमशेदपुर से, हैव टू चेक द लेटेस्ट स्टेटस विद हिम. भाई सुमित राठी को क्लब ज्वाइन करेगा ट्रांसफर विंडो. भाई मुश्किल है एट द रेट, पर लेट्स सी. आई थिंक गुरकीरत शुड गेट गेम टाइम टुडे, मुंबई एंड वर्सेस नॉर्थ ईस्ट. आई थिंक होपफुली डेस बेकिंगम हैज अ प्लान फॉर गुरकीरत सिंह and Vikram Pratap both. I think both of them are going to are kind of a deputy for Vipin Singh and Chhangte, and both are doing very well at this stage. So they might not want to rest either of them. So let's see. Do you think Indian clubs tie up with clubs like Atletico Bilbao who can recruit local players? उसका क्या होगा टाई अप करके. I don't think ये tie-ups have helped Indian clubs in past, so I don't think this type of. I'm not a fan of tie-ups by the way. सर न्यूज़ आई है इंडिया को इनवाइट नहीं किया गया मैड्रिड का कप. इज इट ट्रू? यार वो फेडरेशन के ऊपर है, तो इसमें हम कुछ कह सकते हैं ट्रू और फॉल्स है. तो दिस अ रिपोर्ट इन मलेशिया सेइंग दैट दे वांट टू इनवाइट पैलेस्टीन एंड सीरिया फ्रॉम आउटसाइड देयर रीजन. Where is Komal Thatal? Your thoughts on Anwar move? I think complicated a deal. Alok will say will not fault FC Goa letting him go. They were already paying a good money for his loan, 1.5 years loan, for to Delhi FC. I don't know how come Anwar has a long-term deal with Delhi FC. So now he's a long-term loan to ATK Mohun Bagan. If they're signing him, if they're going to transfer fee, why they can sign Anwar Ali for permanent? Maybe they're thinking 4-5 years. Delhi FC might be in the top tier. They can bring back Anwar Ali. So I don't know. It's a complicated, but I am not a fan of 12 crore deals ATK Mohun Bagan handling. It's not feasible. They still don't have a youth teams. I still feel they need to invest some kind of money in the youth teams. I personally feel so. Alvin George, similar story of fitness. Devashish totally agree, and Alvin George was the technical player the Indian football didn't have in that time. He was a part of Gurpreet Singh Sandhu batch. JJ, Alvin George, if I remember, Manandeep Singh, all are the fantastic players, the youth team level for India, nowhere to be seen. सेकंड टीम डिवीजन भी खेलेंगी इस सीजन. सुपर कप में थोड़ा मुश्किल लग रहा है सेकंड डिवीजन टीम. मे बी नेक्स्ट ईयर एफसी गोवा आरपी लाइप्जिग डील गेट ओवर. नो स्टिल देयर. इफ देयर इज नो फी टू एंटर आईएसएल, देन हाउ कैन एफएसजी ऑर्गेनाइज आईएसएल टूर्नामेंट? श्योरली AFM government not gonna give any money for ISL. That's totally agree. So franchisee fee is not going anywhere. If you ask me, are FIFA and AFC doing any extra effort on Indian football considering our economy and population? On paper they're doing extra effort, but not on ground much. I League second division starting date, I think it will start in regional rounds is going to start very soon. I have to check. I have a AFF calendar outside. I have to check. Where is Jackie Chan Singh? Nowhere to be seen. I think Jackie Chan Singh will sign for. This is in talks with North East United. Last I checked. भाई जिनको प्लेयर्स को खेलना नहीं है मिल रहा, उनको रिजर्व लीग में खेलना चाहिए यार. आई लीग में लोन कर देना चाहिए. श्रीचंद इशू क्या? आई लीग क्लब्स अब लोन नहीं कर रहे हैं इन प्लेयर्स को. वो कह रहे हैं कि हम क्यों आपके लिए प्लेयर डेवलप करें. आप यंग प्लेयर्स को 5 साल की डील पे साइन कर लेते हो, आप हमें लोन कर रहे हो, आप हमें पैसा दो. आप हमें पैसा दोगे तो हम खिलाएंगे उनको, उनका डेवलपमेंट होगा, आपका प्लेयर डेवलप हो जाएगा. Delhi FC crorepati says dark night. I think ATK Mohun had started working on a reserve team. They did sign Al Hilal B team head coach for the reserves, but yeah, reserve team is not a big task. My whole point is, what about under 14, under 16, under 19 teams? Mohun Bagan used to have a Mohun Bagan Sale Academy. What about that academy? Can they revive that academy again? That's the development. Having a reserve team is not a big thing, by the way. If FSDL is like IPL franchise league system, then why not they held bid for more clubs like 2 or more? Franchisees आई हैं bidding से. Hyderabad came through when they transferred Pune City FC and then Delhi to game. पहले भी आई हैं franchisees. Bengaluru FC took a franchisee to ISL. Why? So no franchisee fee, there is no ISL, no 55 crore to IFF, then 20 crore budget. Then ये बात हो चुकी बार बार. Will clubs send their main team for Super Cup? There was some issues that Kerala Blaster management may send a development team. Kerala Blaster have said they are waiting for clarification on Super Cup, but I think coach is not a fan of playing the main teams in tournament like Durand Cup, and especially at the experience of Durand Cup they have. They don't want to play the main team and get injured in the Super Cup like situation. But I think let's see if Super Cup is in Kerala, which is likely to be there. I think they should be able to mix off their team. I think nobody's saying send your main team, but you can send some player home, but can keep it a mixed team and send them there. Trophy is trophy, right? Kerala Blasters need a trophy right now for their trophy cabinet. But Gurpreet has only played 200 matches this year, including Durand Cup. I think I'm sure Gurpreet is learning from Des Buckingham and his staff at the playing. I think he will get us some kind of a role. Let's see at the end of season, then evaluate. Will Star give up broadcasting for ISL? They have a 10-year deal till 2024. So let's see, what they do with that deal. And I think most likely they will not going to renew it. This setup is nice. Thank you very much. Star Sports giving a telecast ISL. They have a 10-year deal, so they're not going to give it up as of now. I think it will be maybe next season or maybe after that. Why ISL club not play friendly with other club countries? Like what the main issue? They play ISL clubs have played friendlies in Dabang Delhi saying. I forget Delhi franchisee name. Delhi Daredevils played a friendly against West Brom in England. There are many ISL clubs who go to the pre-season games in Europe, in Middle East, have played against other country club. Now Sunil Chhetri is completely off his form. Do you believe player like Liston can play as a forward Indian team? Liston has not looked like himself in a form. I will say, I will say we are glad that somebody like somebody like Chhangte is scoring, somebody like Bipin is scoring, somebody like Ritwik is scoring. I think it's a good thing. Buam went on loan from Real Kashmir. Is FC Goa paying a loan fee? I think, see, I'm not saying FC Goa is playing a loan fee, but the majority of these clubs are saying that maybe Real Kashmir needed a player on that position. Maybe FC Goa and his agent have talked to Real Kashmir to take a deal, but majority of I League clubs are saying these things. You know, we don't want to take a loan a player for free for you guys, develop your players, and you get nothing in return. SAF club competition will play this. I don't think SAF club competition खेला जा रहा बहुत सालों से, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Indian clubs should be focused on AFC Cup and AFC Champions League. If they give a let's miss time. If they give broadcasting rights like Viacom, will cameras and stuff change and improve? I think production remains same with FSDL. They might bring more technology like Viacom have lots of these other cams also available. Like in cricket, I was seeing that the wicket camp, there is a cable camp, the cam available on their platform to watch on Jio Cinema. They might bring that, but I don't think production quality will change much. It's already a decent quality. Sir, round glass Punjab, Ludhiana के home ground से क्यों नहीं खेल रही? Maybe they don't find up to standard of I League. I don't know. That's round glass Punjab have to answer. Super Cup should be an Indian player only. I don't think so. I think foreign players should be there. I think इंटरेस्टिंग गुड एपिसोड. आज 1.5 घंटा हो गया, पता नहीं चला. आप लाइक जरूर कर दीजिए अगर आपने लाइक नहीं किया. लेट मी एंड द पोल ऑल्सो. एंड अगेन यू नो आई हैव आंसर्ड लॉट्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन, गिवन यू लॉट्स ऑफ इनसाइट ऑन ट्रांसफर्स, on say for example Nogthamba Norim, what is happening with his fitness, with his future with FC Goa, Super Cup, national team coach, Northeast United future. You know, all this stuff is there in the episode. अगर आप थोड़ा late join करें हैं, once this episode goes offline, you can of course go and watch the offline video and you know to get everything. Will Viacom give TV rights revenue to clubs? TV rights revenue has been given by Star Sports and Jio TV already, so Viacom will have to give all that also. तो वो चीज़ आप, ये मैं बात कर चुका हूँ. मिस्टर किसने सवाल पूछा, ये अर्नब मित्र, ये बात ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, तो आप जाके देख सकते हैं. ये ब्रॉडकास्टिंग और ये ब्रॉडकास्टिंग मनी के बारे में मैंने डिटेल समझाया है, तो देख लेना. बांग्लादेश क्या प्लानिंग वर्सेस अर्जेंटीना? बांग्लादेश इज प्लानिंग टू प्ले विद अर्जेंटीना. टेस्ट आलोक सही बात है. अर्जेंटीना ने पहले भी कोलकाता में फ्रेंडली खेला है, नॉट अगेंस्ट वेनेजुला के अगेंस्ट खेला था, एंड बांग्लादेश में एक फ्रेंडली खेला था अगेंस्ट अ डिफरेंट टीम. सो वो कोई बड़ी डील नहीं है. दे हैव प्लेड, दे नो दे हैव अ बिग फैन बेस इन Bangladesh, Argentina, so it's quite possible. Under 17 team performance and I20, I think highlights, whatever we've seen till now, looks good, and I have total trust on Bibiano Fernandes. What Bibiano has done is that he was the one who pushed this under 17 league tournament, that you know he wants to see more players before he can select his final under 17 team. And I'm great for Bibiano that he keeps his under 17 team doors open for the new talent, and we can already seen that the players who played in the regional, who qualified the under 17 league, Ashish from Zing Football Academy, he is already now drafted into this. He made his debut in that game. हमारा दुख कब खत्म होगा भाई? साथ में होगा जब होगा सबका खत्म. तो देखते हैं. When FSDL deal is end 2014 with AFF is ending with in 2014 2024 sorry 15 साल की डील थी उनकी AFF के साथ. साथ में दुख खत्म होगा सिद्धार्थ भाई. Boycott European football, Inqilab Jindabad, Jasmine. So that's the thing. Super Cup winner this season is not going on the AFC Cup from the next season. Salary cap will increase to compete in AFC. I think there should be no salary cap altogether. हटा दीजिए. They make a rule. Whatever money you spend on your salaries of your first team players, 10% need to be spent for the grassroots development from under 5 to under 17. एक रूल ये बना दीजिए. I don't need salary cap. Let clubs spend what they want. Let clubs sign what they want. अगर club 5 crores में भी टीम बना लेते हैं, it's a good for the club. If club want to spend 100 crores to make a team, let them make 100 crores. It's just that they should spend 10% or 5% of the 100 crore on the under 5 to under 17 youth development program. That's the only thing. I think it's a feasibility. Let's club decide what they want to spend. FSGL always wants to finish ISL in end of March by any means because IPL start in April first week onward. This isn't acceptable. एक और रीजन है उसके पीछे, मार्च में क्यों खत्म करना चाहते हैं. अप्रैल में आप गोवा में गर्मी देखना कितनी होती है. गोवा में बारिश स्टार्ट हो जाती है. साउथ इंडिया में भी कई जगह यू नो बहुत गर्मी हो जाती है अप्रैल के मौसम में. तो वो एक रीज़न भी है कि अप्रैल में जून में इंडिया में थोड़ा फिजिबिलिटी नहीं है फुटबॉल खेलने के लिए. तो एक रीज़न वो भी है कि जल्दी ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं वो लोग. एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू डोंट वांट टू compete with IPL in terms of TV ratings. We definitely know that IPL is on a different level to ISL at this stage. तो वो स्मार्टली किया जा सकता है. आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से सितंबर to March window is a good window for Indian football. I personally feel so. Like last year, we'll have ISL reserve leagues. There will no ISL reserve league. ISL reserve team will play in the second division league. टीम्स अलग वेन्यू में भी खेल तो सकते हैं. कौन सी टीम की बात कर रहे हैं आप? थोड़ा अर्ली स्टार्ट करना चाहिए आईएसएल को. अगस्त में नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि मानसून चल रहा होता है इंडिया में काफी जगह पे. तो आई थिंक वो सितंबर की ही विंडो है जहां पे स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. व्हेन यू विल गेट समवन फॉर एफएफ फॉर इंटरव्यू. वी डिड हैव साजी प्रभाकरन बिफोर ही बिकेम द जनरल सेक्रेटरी ऑन पॉडकास्ट. सो आई एम ट्राइंग. लेट्स सी हु कैन वी कैन गेट. I'm thinking to bring a team owner now. I just want to figure out more, throw some light on transfer deals and these agents and the head of recruitment program कैसे करते हैं क्लब्स. तो किसी ओनर को मैं ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि कौन ओनर आ सकता है हमारे पॉडकास्ट में. सो थैंक यू गाइज. आई लीग को एफसी स्पॉट देना बंद कर देना चाहिए. आई थिंक अगले सीजन से हो जाएगा वो बंद. सुपर कप को ही मिलेगा. सो इंडियन प्लेयर गो टू द लैटिन अमेरिकन लीग. यार इंडियन प्लेयर्स not good enough for Latin American league sadly. When will we get a under 23 coach, Indian or foreign? Most probably Indian coach होने वाला under 23 के प्रिंस प्रियादर्शनी. रणनीति सिंह फॉर्मर प्लेयर. किस चीज़ के लिए बोल रहे हो समझ में नहीं आया. तो गोट्स को खेलते कहाँ देखिए आज. गोट्स को खेलते पीएसजी के फेसबुक पेज में आप देख सकते हो. सिर्फ 150 रुपये में आपको 150 रुपये पे करना है टू वॉच इट लीगली. देन बाकी तो आप सबको है. उड़ीसा एफसी के ओनर को सोचा है बुलाने की. देखते हैं. बट आई विल ट्राई टू रीच आउट टू हिम. डोंट हैव एनी डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन. तो लेट मी सी. जब टीम इंक्रीज हो जाएगी तो कैसे मैनेज करेंगे फिर अप्रैल मंथ को. यार टीम इंक्रीज होगी तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा. एक गेम वीक और बढ़ जाएगा. 12 अभी भी तो एक टीम खाली बैठती है हर गेम वीक. 11 टीमें हैं. 10 टीमें ही खेलती है एक गेम वीक में. तो 12 भी होंगी तब क्या होगा. एक मैच एक्स्ट्रा हो जाएगा आराम से. तो मैच कहीं भी आप डबल हेडर कर दो फ्राइडे को भी. 150 रुपया देना. एडजस्टिंग टू ग्राउंड रियलिटीज इज कॉल्ड बीइंग प्रैग्मेटिक एंड आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट पीपल नीड टू फिगर आउट. बबल जो लोग क्रिएट करते हैं, आई हेट बबल्स. मैं देखता हूँ सोशल मीडिया पे लोग कुछ भी लिख रहे हैं कॉलिंग देम. मैं ये नहीं कहता कि मैं एक्सपर्ट हूँ. आई हैव बीन इन दिस इंडियन फुटबॉल जर्नी फॉर लास्ट फिर 12-13 साल मुझे हो गए हैं इस इंडियन फुटबॉल में. मैं एक चीज़ लोगों को बोलता हूँ कि डोंट क्रिएट दिस बबल कि भैया अगर ब्रॉडकास्टिंग बिडिंग होगी तो लाखों करोड़ रुपए इंडियन फुटबॉल में आ जाएगा. बहुत गलत है. क्लब्स आर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर स्पॉन्सरशिप विच इज अ ट्रू. तो इकोसिस्टम ऑफ इंडियन फुटबॉल इज नॉट देयर इन अभी तक. अगर एएफएफ के बात कह रहे हैं कि 600 करोड़ पैसे रातों रात आ जाएंगे, नहीं आ सकते भैया. पैसा इकोसिस्टम नहीं है इंडियन फुटबॉल में. एंड ये एज अ मीडिया हाउस हमको भी फेस करना पड़ता है. देयर इज नॉट मेनी स्पॉन्सर्स हु वांट टू स्पेंड मनी इन इंडियन फुटबॉल इन एज अ स्पॉन्सरशिप. अभी क्रिकेट करें तो स्पॉन्सर्स की लाइन लग जाती है मीडिया में. तो ये सैडली एक रियलिटी है जो लोगों को नहीं पता है. एंड पीपल क्रिएट दिस फेक बबल ऑन सोशल मीडिया. लंबे लंबे थ्रेड्स बनाते हैं ट्विटर पे. ऐसा करना चाहिए, वैसा करना चाहिए. करना तो चाहिए पर वैसे करके आउटकम नहीं आएगा. रियलिटी नहीं है. आप थियोरेटिकली आप बोलते हो ये कर लेंगे वो कर लेंगे और ऐसा होना चाहिए. ये थ्योरी आपको ग्राउंड पे भी देखो एक्चुअल रियलिटी क्या है. जो चीज़ मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के लिए चल रही है जरूरी नहीं है वो चीज़ मुंबई सिटी एफसी के लिए भी चलेगी. इंडिया में रियलिटी दूसरी है. ऑन ग्राउंड रियलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है. लोगों लगता है रात मैं देख रहा था किसी ने प्लान डाला है टू मेक अ स्टेडियम्स. आप जाइए रियल एस्टेट की सिचुएशन देखिए जहाँ क्लब्स हैं. ज़मीन के रेट्स पता करिए. इस टाइम पे ज़मीन कितनी महंगी है और इतने एकड़ ऑफ लैंड्स मिलना कितना मुश्किल है. वो मुश्किल है. वॉच अलॉन्ग की प्लानिंग लोग करेंगे बट मेरे ना इमोशंस थोड़े हाई रहते हैं तो वॉच अलॉन्ग मैंने आज तक इग्नोर किया. बट विल फिगर आउट समथिंग. डोंट वरी. हॉट स्टॉप लीग सीरीज देखो. क्लब ऑपरेशन में बना है. क्लब्स बेसबॉल की है बट ऑपरेशन सेम है फुटबॉल से थोड़ी थोड़ी. आई थिंक आपको और भी फुटबॉल की भी है सीरीज जो आप देख सकते हो विद सैलरी कैप एंड एसएल. व्हाई यू आर स्टिल प्लेइंग इन एफसी चैंपियंस लीग. इज इट इडियोटिक एक्शन? आई डोंट नो. सैलरी कैप चैंपियंस लीग का क्या रिलेशनशिप है समझ में नहीं आया. सर आपके अकॉर्डिंग कौन सी बेस्ट 11 प्लेयर्स है मार्च में फ्रेंडली के लिए? मैं परफॉर्मेंस से जाऊंगा. आई थिंक ये चलो अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. लेट्स क्लोज द शो ऑन दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. आई थिंक कुछ प्लेयर्स हैं जिन्होंने जो लेगेसीली जो मतलब पिछले कुछ सीजन से अच्छा खेल रहे हैं इंडियन प्लेयर्स के लिए इंडियन टीम में. तो कुछ प्लेयर्स के साथ उसलिए भी टीम में रहेंगे. तो लेट मी जस्ट लॉग इन माई नोट्स. Let me open my notes. आई थिंक मैं थोड़ा एक्सपेरिमेंट करूंगा मार्च के फ्रेंडली में. गुरप्रीत इज वेरी सॉलिड एज अ गोल कीपर बट आई थिंक टू एक्सपेरिमेंट जस्ट गिव मी वन समथिंग. आई थिंक I might give somebody like I think Gurpreet has done okay for Bengaluru FC. But I think Mishad क्या स्क्वाड में आ सकते हैं. विशाल केत तो रहे हैं इंडियन टीम के पार्ट. पुरबा इज अनदर गोलकीपर विच शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ द स्क्वाड बिकॉज नाउ अमिंदर सिंह हैज नॉट डन वेल टिल नाउ सीजन. ऑफ कोर्स कम टू ओडिशा एफसी. कमलजीत सिंह इज अनदर गोलकीपर. सो आई थिंक गोल कीपिंग में एक्सपेरिमेंट हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता, बट आई थिंक गुरप्रीत और मे बी बिटवीन विशाल केत, a choice, a toss between एक friendly में गुरप्रीत, एक friendly में विशाल केट. Talking about defender, I think I just want to see Ashish Rai as a right back. I think I want to see Ruiwang, Horipam, and Anwar Ali, two centre backs. Just let's see, we know Sandesh Jingan is there already, so there is no worry about it, and the other defenders, we are there, but let's experiment, these are friendlies. And somebody like, Akash Mishra, I think I will go with left back. I think midfield mein, I will still go with Thapa and Apuya. I still feel they're good two midfield combo energy you need in that base of the midfield, and then up front, Chhangte on right, Bipin Singh on left. I think up front, आई थिंक सुनील छेत्री अपने क्लब के लिए भी नहीं खेल रहे हैं इस टाइम पे, तो क्या उनको नेशनल टीम के लिए खिलाना चाहिए ताकि वो अपनी फॉर्म मेंटेन कर सकें, एक सवाल ये है, बट आई थिंक चांगटे एंड बिपिन सिंह डिसाइडेड. नंबर 10 भी थोड़ा मेरा प्रॉब्लम है कि क्या सहल और ब्रेंडन में से मैं एक को नंबर 10 देखना चाहता हूँ. तो उसके अलावा ऑप्शंस आपके पास मोहम्मद यासिर भी हैं हैदराबाद के. सो बट स्ट्राइकर मुझे I think it's a touch and go. Maybe Ishan Pandita will want to see for national team, and because Sunil Chhetri have not played a lot, I think मुझे नहीं लगता कि स्ट्राइकर हमारे पास कोई है जो खेल सके. Maybe I'm just saying false number 9 with Sahel, and then put Brendan or Mohammad Yasir behind Sahel. Sahel has a technique to hold the ball and bring everybody into the play. Sahel ने 3 गोल भी मारे सीजन. सो आई थिंक वो मेरा रहेगा, मुझे लगता है. और फिर इसके अलावा मैं विंसी बरेतो को स्क्वाड में देखना चाहूँगा. उसके अलावा मैं क्या बोलते हैं जेरी मोइन थॉमा को स्क्वाड में देखना चाहूँगा. ऋत्विक दास को स्क्वाड में देखना चाहूँगा. अनदर प्लेयर हालिचर नाजरे, maybe a time for a comeback. He's doing well in last previous seasons. And I think time has come for the Indian team, Indian management to decide something on the one. And somebody like Norim Singh has also impressed me at East Bengal. I think he just like as a Halichar Nazare, Norim, these players should be called upon to see. Another young player I want to mention is Akash Sangwan, at Chennai FC. I think if players are performing, they should be called and they see that how they do it, and because Udanta, Ashik, maybe Ashik as a center forward, but has whatever आशिक की फिटनेस पे भी थोड़े सवाल रहते हैं, रेगुलरली खेले भी नहीं है. तो आशिक पर मेरे यही मिक्स ऑफ रहेंगे मेरी टीम में. बट नंबर 9 के ऊपर भी सवाल है, मे बी सुनील छेत्री, और मे बी टाइम इज दिया फॉर द एक्सपेरिमेंट. बट आई थिंक जो चीज़ मुझे स्लॉट्स बुक दिखते हैं, ऋत्विक दास ऑन लेफ्ट, बिपिन सिंह ऑन लेफ्ट, Chhangte on right. This look like a 3 players who looks very solid. Sahel, Brendan, Norim Roshan, Norim Mahesh. I have told about Norim Mahesh. Also, Sangwan is a good player. तो ये चीज़, ये प्लेयर्स होने चाहिए स्क्वाड में जो परफॉर्म करते आ रहे हैं. बट आई थिंक गुरप्रीत, आशीष राय, होइपाम, अनवर अली, आकाश मिश्रा, अपुया, थापा, चांगटे, बिपिन सिंह. I will go touch and go between Mohammad Yasir and / Brendan, and up front I will go with Sahel as a false number 9 to see that, and then Shiva Shakti, Ritwik Das, Norim Mahesh, Akash Angwan, ये लड़के स्क्वाड का पार्ट होना चाहिए. That's my thing. And Rohit Kumar has also done well, and I think Rohit Kumar was always highly rated since his Pune City days. Finally, he's coming into bringing his talent into executing his talent on ground. So I think these players I will want to see. Midfield is very tight. So Rainier Fernandes have been part of Indian national team setup for a while. So I think he will be there. So I think, मेरे opinion, Kerala State League is a gold mine. I personally feel, and that's why there's lots of fight for Kerala State League. If can organize properly, this league has a potential to be a number 1 state league in India in terms of revenue, in terms of viewership, in terms of everything. Roshni agrees, so that's the thing. So I think that will be I will go with 4-2-3-1 formation, which Egos Team Match is playing 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. And I think, Danda is another player who can play on the wings, but I think we'll need a right winger मेरे हिसाब से 4-2-3-1 is a formation, good formation, or 4-3-3 is also good. I think sadly Brandon has not able to catch some form this season. So it looks like he's placed, but he has done well for India whenever he got chance. So I think you can give Brandon a benefit of doubt. So let's see. I think few players who should be definitely there. I think Chhangte, Bipin Singh, Ritvik Das. I think these three should be there on the wingers position. I will add Mahesh from East Bengal should be there. He's doing very well. Halchal Nazare, question mark, old player, but has done well in ISL last few seasons. Always youth India international, senior international can be called upon for some experience in this young Indian team alongside Sunil Chhetri. Ishan Pandita I think can be there. Is it time for Manveer Singh to be dropped? That's a big question. Leston Calasso, all the hype and everything done well for Indian team in past. Will he be there? But I think considering it's a talent pool, you can't drop players and then select and drop regularly. Liston will be there. Mohammad Yashir should be there indefinitely. Apuya should be there. Puta as a DM, he wasn't part of. Dixon is there, center midfield. He should be there. So I think that some of these players who are already part of setup will be there, but new players, I think Ritvik Das should be there for sure. Chhangte should be called up again. He was not called up regularly. Should be called up. I think. उसके अलावा आकाश सांगवान आई वांट टू सी इन दी पार्ट ऑफ द कैंप एट लीस्ट and Akash Sangwan can go to under 23 team also on Asian Games squad. So there will be two teams now. So I think they should call up a together squad of 50 players. I will see, and then distribute the two teams. A first team who's ready, even young, which include young players who are ready for national team, should stay with national team, and remaining under 23 players should go in the Asian Games camp. And later on, these other young players who part of national team setup can join the Asian Games team, because they're technically better and they should be easy to. They can accommodate them in the final Asian Games teams. I think that should be my thong. Redeem Talang has done good, but I think I still don't feel that he is part of the 4-5 top Indian wingers. Personally, I think Mehtab has done very well, and I'm one of the most impressed centre back. But I think I will give Anwar Ali and Ruyamp a chance in the centre back department. Mehtab can be called upon. Can be called upon. Can be called upon as a team, because now Subhashish Bose, Pritam Kotal should not be part of Indian team as a centre back. If they feel that they can play on that positions, I think they should be called upon. Okay, yeah. Akash Sangwan, that's fine. Thank you for telling. Akash Sangwan is 27. So yeah, so I think Akash Sangwan has done good. I will say that should be part of that Indian team and camp. And then let's see. Time ho gaya. Thank you for telling. Let's see, guys. We'll meet you again next Thursday 5:30 PM. टाइम 5:30 कर दिया है. कोई फीडबैक हो गया आप कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे बता सकते हो. ऑफलाइन जाने के बाद आई विल रीड, और यू कैन ट्वीट मी ऑन 7 नेगी आशीष. खेलना हो सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स डिस्क्रिप्शन में. एक रिक्वेस्ट है, एक वीडियो है डॉटमैन के प्लेयर्स का, तुमने पेनल्टी चैलेंज किया है. प्लीज गो एंड वॉच दैट वीडियो, द एक्सक्लूसिव वीडियो फॉर खेलना टीवी. इफ वी कैन गेट सम गुड interaction going on there, we can recommend same kind of video with ISL teams, other European teams, players you can ask for. Please watch and support. It will help us to grow. Your engagement is needed on those videos also. So that video is there on this channel. You can definitely watch and support us. It's involved a first team players from Dortmund, and we have thrown them a funny penalty challenge. To watch. I will see you guys again next week. Thank you for watching.